state of evolving into a star seed. So I'm happy to have you guys here, collective, everyone that I love, that appreciates me, that wants to hear the message and wants to elevate and get on their spiritual journey and continue their growth passage. I'm happy to have your ears here. If you are not a part of that collective, please get the fuck out of the room. Please go somewhere else. Please go make your coffee, your tea, whatever you need to do. Please get out of here. Yes, I do curse, so I'm just giving y'all fair warning. I curse, I fuss, I fight, I say what's on my mind because I'm here to speak the truth, the unadulterated truth, the clairvoyant truth, the peaceful truth, and it's the truth that will just let you know that you can set your soul free when you put your mind to it. Okay? So the truth sometimes is ugly. Can we all agree on that? Can we high five and agree? Sometimes the truth is ugly. All right, because we're giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly. We don't want you guys to be existing in a paradigm where you're living in a lie. Well, you might still want to take the red pill or the blue pill. I don't know which pill is the real pill. I want the pill that's going to give me the real. Okay, that's the part of the matrix that I'm living in, where I realize what life is, what death is, what cycles and rebirth is all about. In my birth chart, I'm mostly reading as a Scorpio, which is all about the rebirth and death. That is planet Pluto, which is a planet connected to Hades, which is death and rebirth. But my Sagittarian sun sign brings me the planet of Zeus, which is life, electricity, and the ultimate Greek god, supposedly, right? So I mean, I'm really torn in between all of these different places, but also Pisces in my moon, so Neptune. Yeah, everybody has all the planets in them. When you finally understand that aspect, you'll stop judging everybody as separate than you. But more importantly, the conversation I want to get into today is about the spiritual evolution and how us females, we forget who we are, and we sometimes actually bring other females into a distorted version of themselves by forgetting who we are. Let me explain. So most of us don't understand the paradigm that when you give someone access to you, you're giving them access to your soul, to your world, to your yoniverse, your universe, yoniverse. Your yoni is your sacral, or your uterus, your womb, right? I read the book The Sacred Woman by Queen Afua that talks about keeping your womb sacred. Nukpu Niterchemit. It says, I'm a sacred woman, my womb is sacred. It keeps your womb on a more sacred um, frequency so that your womb isn't open to all kinds of outside entities. You speak that word into the universe, your soul sisters come find you. What's up, Roba? So, with that being said, a lot of women forget that we have the gateway to heaven in between our legs. What do you mean the gateway to heaven? Your womb is the gateway to eternal life, to heaven, and so much more. See this right here? This is an ankh. This is your womb. Your womb is above the phallus. All right. And I'm not saying this to disrespect men. Listen here, when you listen to all things religious, the womb is above the phallus because the woman holds a man down. The man lifts the woman up, right? But hear me about this. We're going to get into all of that. Let me explain. We're going to talk about Jesus too. We already talked about that. But I'll go over that again. So the womb is above the phallus, and this is the original religion before Jesus, because remember, Jesus and Christianity is only 2,000 years old. Okay, so there was something that was going on before Jesus even existed, before the Bible existed, and before Christianity was even conjured up. So we're going to talk about what came before that, and then we're going to get to why that became a part of the story. So the womb is above the phallus, right? Because the womb brings down life. A man cannot hold a baby inside of his body for 9 months and breathe air into it through a freaking tube that's attached to his inner womb and then birth that spirit into the physical world. Okay? I'm not trying to disrespect men right now, but what the woman's body can do, the man's body cannot. Women can bodybuild and lift heavy like men. Women can take testosterone shots and grow beards. Men, no matter what you do, cannot have a womb that transmits spirits from the spirit astral realm into the physical realm. That is a given. That is just what it is. That is not something that men can do. Again, women can take all kinds of hormone pills, grow a whole beard, grow chest hair, get a deep voice, start talking like this. Yeah, my name Will. How you doing, ma'am? Yeah, I'm here to date you. No, honey, that's not how that works. Actually, you came out of a womb. Everyone who's on the face of the planet came out of a womb. Even women come out of a womb. So if there's no womb, there's no man. And also remember, when it comes to sonograms, you cannot tell the gender of the baby because the deformity or the X chromosome does not break off and turn into a Y chromosome until about month 4. So actually, you're still a woman until you are considered a man when that activation in the chromosome takes place. So everyone looks like a woman in the womb until that chemical reaction happens. So as much as you want to try to demean what I'm saying, I need you to hear what I'm saying without trying to argue, because I'm giving you facts. Okay? This right here is the Ankh. This was before Christianity and Jesus is God and God is a man and he impregnated Mary and came down with the God, all the God energy. Men cannot hold babies in your bodies. You cannot bring a spirit from the astral realm. You cannot do that. However, there are actual organisms on the planet that have reproduced without males. Different kinds of lizards, different kind of water beings, they can actually asexually reproduce babies. They got bored of doing it and decided to create a male to help them with the practice. The only male that can actually produce a baby is a seahorse. That's the only male organism that holds a baby in its body and then has contractions and pushes a baby out. The only male organism on the face of the planet, to our knowledge, because the ocean is very vast and deep, and we haven't experienced everything in the ocean, because just as is above, just is it as below. Okay? So just as deep as the ocean is just as vast as space is. And when you understand as above, so below, it makes all of this even more ominous as to how the woman can embody a higher consciousness and be above the man in the actual Ankh. They didn't picture the Ankh like this. They never made the Ankh like this because your head isn't below your legs. Okay? So this is your head, this is your arms, this is your body. Now I'm saying this to say this. Women's wombs give men life. Let me explain. A man that is disconnected from a womb and is out here by himself will begin to lose himself. A man's this act right here is the act of life, period. A man's penis must be plugged into a woman's womb in order for life to be in both bodies. Women's wombs don't need men connected to them for them to stay afloat. But a man without a connection to either his mother, a girlfriend, or some kind of best friend is a lost soul. I know no one wants to hear this, and men want to shut me up. All you men are running in the room trying to get inside of the womb and get access to my womb. Because when y'all coming here, y'all are coming here getting inside of my space. Look, you can attack me if you need to. If that makes you feel better as a man to attack a woman on her platform, by all means, that's even more proof as to why men also develop later than women. That's also a scientific fact. Women mature much quicker than men. I'm not going to come on your platform and disrespect what you're saying. I want to sit down and learn what you have to say, and then I want to excuse myself if I don't agree. Moving forward. So, everyone's body, even women's bodies, have to be inside of another woman's body for 9 months before they're birthed into this realm. Even when you're going through your rebirth, you're expected to be inside of another woman's body until you've rebirthed your soul and completely built yourself up. That's why the sacred woman journey exists, because some of us who are becoming more spiritual or on our spiritual journey before we actually make our full transition into actual death, we need to have a womb to exist within in order to continue on our business or our spiritual work before we pass on. So it's not just men that this is explicit to, this is also towards women. But a man's entire life from birth until death. He is seeking access to a womb. Women aren't usually seeking access to other women's wombs until they are taught by men the darker side of spirituality, which is, oh, if I get access to her womb, I can have access to her powers, her spiritual gifts, her divinity, her blessings. Women don't usually just know that off the bucks unless your family bloodline has been teaching y'all to do this root work for ages. My family didn't teach me, but apparently it's been going on in my bloodline. I never knew it. Everything spiritually that I've learned through my own study, my own living, my own practice, and going through it and getting through it and getting out of it and getting into it again and getting out of it again. So what really pains my spirit is when I see women attacking other women, not realizing that our wombs percolate a vibration that men get to, okay, because I heard you be the block, but I'm the light that keeps the streets on. Ran by the man, but the women keep the tempo. It's a dualistic job. The existence of humanity is a dualistic job between both parts. However, Mother Nature is what we live within. Father Time is what gives us measurement of that existence which we are in. Meaning, when the sun don't shine as bright, it's probably because the woman that is the predominant energy in the space is not being given the proper nourishment, is not being lifted up, or their third their, because you know you have other chakras above your crown chakra. You have, I believe you have your solar star, you have your stellar gateway, and then you have your Merkaba. So your stellar gateway is like a rainbow swirl that takes you into your cosmic self, and then you have another chakra above that. But you really have like 144 chakras that go out in every single direction. You're like a big ass sphere when you finally realize it's like one dot in the middle and then like 12 stars or 25 stars or 35 stars that come out every single which way in a 360 bubble. And you're like a nebula. When you really understand your cosmic self, when you understand how to be a soul star or your soul star journey, right? But we never usually get there because most men are so focused on the lust portion. Now, let's get into how this symbol here is so important. Now, hold on, let me get my other one. Where is it? Oh, here you go. My goodness, this tangle and all my other tangles. Hold on, give me a second. All right. But the Ankh is the representation of the feminine and the masculine combining to create eternal life. So you don't die unless you just don't have a source to be plugged into. So literally every time somebody dies, it's because they get let go of. So let's also be conscious of that. Oh, wait, so you're telling me when Uncle Ray Ray died and his wife stayed alive is because she cut him off? And she had to plan to get all his connections cut off in order for him to pass away. To actually pass away is actually a hard job. To die is very hard. Unless you literally have like gotten shot or your heart just completely fails and everybody forgets about you in the hospital because they wanted you to die anyway. But to actually die, but to have been in this is why modern America is so against marriage, so against good, healthy relationships. But every other culture besides the most powerful cultures, the originals, the blacks, are promoting marriage. That's why other cultures are more empowered than the black culture. Because marriage or eternal love is the one thing that makes you unstoppable. That is what immortality comes from. When you choose to have compassion and love for someone and stay connected regardless of what the fuck is going on in their life. This is immortality. This is what they don't want us to know. This is why they created the cross and put a white man on the front of it and showed them stabbing him in the heart and him dying and then him being sacrificed and eaten every single Sunday. I know it's about 25 families, at least in this neighborhood, that's about to go to church and go break the bread of Jesus and drink the blood or the wine in some kind of sadistic ass ritual where they call that the ultimate religion. But you're telling me the person that was coming to save y'all from your own sin, y'all put him on a cross, bled him to death, stabbed him in the heart, chopped him up into a bunch of pieces, and then y'all do a ritual every Sunday since then to eat him up. That was a symbol of death. That religion traps you in death because when you go up your 33 columns of your spine, Jesus was crucified at 33. And remember, Christianity came after the original religion, right? Christianity came after original religion or original way of life. Christianity is only 2,000 years old. So you're telling me the person that came to save you from your sins, the person who has the ability to bring light and shed information and knowledge, y'all sacrificed them people. Every single life form, like even think back to the Salem witch trials, witches. Witches were never witches. Witches were divine feminine women who had cosmic understanding. But they burned them at the stake because they had powers to overthrow the patriarchy that was killing them, that was in power when they were disempowered. Oh, wait, it's starting to make more sense now, right? We're seeing a pattern. How the people who come to save us, we got to sacrifice them so that these other people can stay in power and control us and give us a fake sense of security. So when our husbands tell us, yeah, beat that bitch, bae. Yeah, get her, eat her up. It's him trying to take somebody else's power from their household just to make your household more powerful. Hold up, wait a minute. So I'm going to kill another woman just to make myself stronger? Instead of figuring out how we could collaborate our wombs and be two strong women and give life to more men in our vicinity? How we could start to levy out our resources to these men? So I'm going to side with the men who want to stick their dicks down everybody's throat, rape everybody in the ass for access. Because again, the entire lifetime of a man, they're trying to get access to a womb again. Our whole entire society is built on the idea of raping children and siphoning their fear energy and their fresh energy to give life to old ass motherfuckers who ain't got to lift a finger. Them 10 families that run all the wealth, they don't do shit but wake up every morning, scratch their balls, and go out on and play golf or go to the shooting range and hunt. Meanwhile, all of us who think we strong, think we got motion, think we powerful, we out here working hard, cooking every day, cleaning. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers got maids. We doing all of this, and then anytime we see somebody trying to step into power and remind us who the fuck we actually are, we sit here and, that's a witch! Burn them at the stake. That's the evil one right there. Kill them. But you see this person performing miracles. Every time y'all do spell work on this person, they bounce back. Every time y'all put some kind of throat chakra block on this person, they still are able to speak their truth. Every time you do something to this person as a whole entire community, they still bouncing back and shining and glowing and look younger than they did before you started your bullshit. And remember, the religion that we all that they want us to pray to, majority of us in America, also said that it's okay to kill the prophet, kill the one who can save you, and then eat him up every Sunday and drink his blood. And then we call them people who play with crystals and rocks and put their feet in the dirt outside, witches and crazy people. But you telling me you made it a religion, a way of life to think about sacrificing some white boy on a cross and eat and stabbing him in the heart, bleeding him dry, drinking his blood and eating his flesh. But on the third day, he rose again and saved y'all from yourselves, even in spirit. He was able to still show y'all that he wasn't going to die. So when y'all see people actually do it in real life, who go through their pineal activation, because that's what that symbolizes, it just had to give you a symbol to pray to so you were distracted from what it was actually supposed to teach you. Because if you actually learned the lesson, you'd understand what I'm talking about, immortality. If you get distracted, you can't actually live in immortality. You're still worried about, if I don't do it the right way, if I don't do this the right way, then I'm going to burn in hell. No, when you start to burn up in real life and you feel guilt or shame, it's because you're changing frequencies from what you're originally on. So you could be on a frequency of 500 hertz all day, but as soon as you slow down to 402 hertz after you've been on 500 hertz all day, you're going to feel hot because everything around you has been vibrating at 500 hertz. So anything that's moving faster than you is going to produce heat, because friction in science creates heat. Your cells, the energy, all the dimension, everything that you around you, the material around you, you've caused it to vibrate at 500 hertz. But when you slow down, everything around you feels hot because you're slowing down in shame. Shame makes you slow down. Instead of moving forward, you slow down and you start to think. When you slow down and you start to think, that's when you start to feel the burn. It's not hell, it's a vibration, it's a frequency. And people get so lost in, oh my God, I gotta do 20 Hail Marys and pray the rosary, baby. I went to Catholic school and all that. My whole family, they all in the Catholic church, all of that, but they still practice dark shit. The Pope is praying to a black woman in the synagogue. It's pictures of black women in there. It's a black Mary on the wall. But every time I see a black woman in public, I see people disrespecting the fuck out of us like we ain't got the original DNA. Like, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. How the fuck can you less melanated motherfuckers come around to black people who've been here? I didn't ask to be in America. Let me get this straight. Hold on. My Native American ancestors was raped and robbed of their land, killed, told to stop growing food. They celebrate Thanksgiving as they slaughtered all of us. Then they sent some of us into slavery. They hid that in history because the Trail of Tears, where they sent all the Indians to the other side of the U.S., happened to be the same year that slavery ended. Okay, that's factual. You can look that up. You don't have to listen to me. Look it up. Stop being dumb and face the truth. Slavery and the Trail of Tears, same year. Ended. Trail of Tears, same year. So then the Africans who were brought over here on slave ships, we didn't ask to be here. We were brought here and raped for centuries. And then we built an economy that even gives anybody on this motherfucker the ability to even work a job. So had black people not been sacrificed, beat up, raped, robbed, there would be no economy to even work in right now. So there would be no jobs. There'd be no money because there was no economy before slavery in America. Okay. So then for you to be of any other ethnicity that chose to come here, and then to disrespect the motherfuckers that built the fucking economy that you even exist in, to take money back to your homes or wherever the fuck, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, that's like me going to fucking Puerto Rico. Excuse me, no, not Puerto Rico, because that's owned by the US now. That's like me going to Colombia. My sister's daughter is Colombian. Her baby father's Colombian. That's like me going to Colombia and saying, oh, I'm the shit. And everybody who's here, I'm third eyeing the fuck out of you. I'm using my knowledge of Aztec, of me being on the sun. I'm going to knock you upside your head because I'm a bigger, better bitch than you. And yeah, fuck you on your land. But your fucking people been here since the beginning of the time and built the whole entire economy that I'm about to be able to use my American dollars to feel rich in and pay y'all because my money's worth more than your money, blase, blase. Like, that's fucking delusional to even think some shit like I could go to your country and treat you like that. So then for you to come to America and see black people who didn't ask to be here, was forced to be here, was enslaved for centuries, and we trying to break free out of the chains, y'all motherfuckers come here and disrespect the fuck out of us when we actually trying to do the right shit, which is even freeing y'all, because last time I checked, black people was getting kidnapped by ICE too, not just Hispanic people. So then y'all come here and disrespect the fuck out of us like we asked you. We didn't want to be here. We was raped by white people for hundreds of years physically. The fact that our spirits are still going through this shit in the immortal realms is ridiculous. Like, we're over it. We're like, bro, my spirit is tired of being raped by these white men. My spirit is tired. Didn't the fucking Hispanic men want to come and rape us now too? The Aztecs, the Incans, and the Mayans want to come and rape us too? You don't think black women are tired of this shit? Then you got the nerve to be told the blood represents Jesus' protection over our lives. The bread represents the body. Nigga, you're talking about sacrificing a person and drinking their blood and eating their flesh. That is demonic as hell to think that that's going to be the way to get you out of living. Christianity makes you believe that if I tell this person in this box, so I'm in my closet right now. Imagine there's another man in here, and I tell him, hey, I killed a man yesterday. I raped a girl yesterday, and I lied on my taxes. And he tells me, okay, say 25 our fathers, and get down on your knees and burn a candle and kiss the floor. You're forgiven. Nigga, no. The energy I put out gotta come back to me and my family. I killed somebody, I raped somebody, and I lied on my taxes. That energy has to circle back because that's cosmic law. That's energetic law. That's inertia. That's Newton's law. Anything that you push out, inertia says what you push forward comes back at you. When a bus stops, it jerks you forward and then you slam back. That's inertia. If you take a board, or what is it, an oar on a boat, and you put it in the water and you push it back, the boat pushes forward. That's when you row a boat, it goes opposite. That's the Newton's third law. And Newton's second law is speed and velocity, or speed and direction equal velocity. Like shooting an arrow. Okay? That's a demon you're talking about. What demon? What demon? Jesus Christ. When I went to Catholic church, when they lifted up, here is the blood and body of Christ, and they break the bread. You think eating the Savior's body and flesh is going to save you from your sins? You think telling some man in a box is going to save you from your sins? No, the energy that you put out, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. You have to receive everything you put out in a mirror. This is a mirror spectrum. So if I go out and I curse out everybody in my neighborhood, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, bitch, I want to get fuck you, bitch energy back from the people around me, because you're being watched by like there's spirits and people above you. You understand there's other people that higher rank in you than the spirit realm. Like there's spirits that are way above your spirit that literally watch you all day. The watchers, they're literally told to be watchers. All they do is watch. There's people in this neighborhood who are old, that don't have no job. All they do is watch all day. They're watching you. You will receive the karma from the shit that you put out. If you're genuinely, evilly putting out negative energy to people for no reason, you're just stomping on people, stepping on them, being loud, like just ignorance. You don't think that shit's gonna come back to you? You think you're just gonna go to a box and tell a man, hey, father, I was being rude to this lady today because she's my new neighbor and I don't like her and I don't like the stuff she talks about. So I stomp on her head from time to time, anytime that her energy feels free. But when her and her boyfriend are having sex, I like to join in and feel that sexual energy pulsate through my body. Now I'm wrapped up in their cipher of their energy, so now I feel like they did spell work on me. But I was the one listening to them having sex instead of minding my business and turning on my TV and going into the other room. Hmm? How that makes sense? That the person who head you keep stomping on, you listening to them having sex, you just all up in their life. They don't even bother you. They minding their business, just chilling. They was just downstairs cooking their breakfast, whatever they was doing when they first moved in. The first day, y'all just, soon as they saged the house, y'all sitting here. Next thing you know, somebody trying to put their wee wee up in somebody and create a sense of dominance and masculinity. Like, nigga, I don't need you. You're not my man. I don't need that from you. I didn't ask you for that protection. I didn't ask you to step into my household and be anything to me. I never asked you for that. I never had a conversation and told you, hey, I'm a weak woman who needs help. So can you please put your casting of your energy over top of me and put your wee wee in me and protect me? I never asked you for that. Because the act of protection is a immortal bond. When you start mixing spirits up, you creating soul ties. I didn't ask you for a soul tie. But you continuously keep doing it. But you continuously keep doing it, and then you think that that energy is not going to circulate back to your household. Jesus already went to the cross and defeated the power of the devil. What are you talking about? There's no devil. The devil is in people who don't understand that when you do something negative, it's going to come back to you. That's the devil. The evil. Break down the word. The evil is when you deceive yourself and believe that what you're doing to somebody is right because you live above them, because you're a different race than them, because you're this or that. I don't go around saying every single man, I'm going to stab them in their hearts and make them respect the power of the woman's womb. No, I just remind them like, hey, I'm not about to submit to you because you don't even respect my womb. Like you treat my womb like it's just some place that you're gonna run into and just get some energy and just run off, and you ain't even saying thank you. You're not bringing me nothing in return. You ain't paying no bills. You ain't getting your daughter hair done. You ain't doing shit for me, but you want to plug into my womb. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're not bringing me shit. You're not bringing me no knowledge, no wisdom. You're not doing shit. You haven't taught me nothing since I've been here. Anything that you're on, I've already surpassed that level of consciousness. You're not bringing me shit. You're not bringing no water to me. So now I don't want you. No, I don't want you in my womb. I told you I went to Catholic church my whole entire life. Like I was in Catholic school up until 5th grade. I see this is the thing that you don't understand. I've studied every single religion because I also worked in a museum at the National Mall. So I've studied Islam up close. I've studied Hinduism and even Hinduism. Let's break down Hinduism. Hinduism is the belief of Shakti Shiva. Shakti is the female energy. Shiva is the masculine energy. Shiva is sitting in this position, like this person on this chart back here with the chakras on it. And Shakti sits on top of his waist and holds him down. The woman gets on top of the man and holds him down. And he has his arms wrapped around her. And she's looking back like this with her tongue out like this. They're in sexual consent with each other. That's her husband. That's his wife. They have a baby, Ganesh. Let me tell you the story about Ganesh, because the story of Ganesh is just like the story of Jesus and Horus. Ganesh was a baby that the woman made by herself. Shiva was out hunting. She made the baby by herself from nature. She manifested a baby because women have the power. Women are the closest thing to God. And the husband got scared when he came back from hunting and he chopped the baby's head off. And in order to make his wife happy and make her stop crying, he got an elephant head and put it on his baby. And that's where Ganesh came from. The elephant head Indian thing that you always see, eating all the treats. They bring all the treats to the baby to bring it offerings for its blessing. Because it was just like a phenomenon that this baby even existed. You notice how the son of the mother and the father got chopped up? Let's go ahead and relate that back to Jesus. Jesus also got crucified and we chop him up every single Sunday and sacrifice his body to the whole entire world. And we bring him gifts of myrrh and frankincense and all of that. Speaking of which, I love myrrh and frankincense. That's my favorite body scent. I have that oil right there. So then let's go forward. Let's go to Horus. Horus is the son of Osiris and Isis, an Egyptian Kemet, where this symbol right here comes from. Horus is the eye, the all-seeing eye. Everybody wanted the Horus eye because Horus's eye was the highest eye of them all. The only eye that could see from the highest of heights. It could see amongst the whole entire kingdom. It's the top of the pyramid. The sun goes at the top of the pyramid, just like the Holy Trinity in Christianity, where they stole that from, right? The Father, the Mother, and the Son was the original pyramid. They took the Mother out and gave us the Holy Spirit. Why? Because women have the what? The hole between their legs that allows what? Spirits to be brought down from the spirit realm to earth. So when I say what I'm saying, I'm not saying it out of ignorance. I'm saying it out of studying multitudes of religions and realizing how they all correlate. But Christianity is the only one that covered up everything and gave masculinity all the authority, all the power, all the dick energy, and then took the woman out of the whole entire story and said, oh, Mary was just some girl in the garden that Jesus, he saw her and said, oh yeah, you're worthy. Let's put a baby in. And then also Mary Magdalene. Oh, the other Mary, listen to the word Mary. Was Mary and Joseph married? Anyway, so Mary Magdalene also cleaned off Jesus's feet. Okay, I'm just saying a lot of Marys in there. But they not focusing on the marriage because even Jesus was born out of wedlock. But Christianity will tell you if you don't get married before you have a baby, you will go to hell. Your bastard will be a deformity. Or like, what the fuck? The Bible didn't say nothing about Mary and Joseph getting married before they had Jesus. It didn't say nothing about Mary marrying God before she had Jesus. So even the whole religion is bullshit in itself. It even makes itself a hypocrite of itself. But again, let's go back to the story of Isis, Osiris, and Horus, the actual pyramid, the original, right? So Isis and Osiris, shoulder to shoulder, put their son above them, because when the woman and the man are shoulder to shoulder in the household, they can put the baby above them and keep their baby at a high frequency. Keep that baby the head of the household. Keep that baby's head, that baby's third eye connected to what? The sun. The sons do what in the world? They carry on the legacy and the name, the surname of the family. That's why they are the above. Now the daughters, as above, so below. Remember, pyramids not only have a top peak, but they also have a bottom peak. Okay, and the sun can shine through that quartz, because it's clear crystal quartz on the top of the pyramid that they used back in the day to shine the sun down into that piece of quartz all the way down to the bottom piece of quartz that's at the bottom of the pyramid to refract the light back up to illuminate the whole entire. Okay, illuminate pyramids. It's not what you think it is. Nothing is what you think it is. The pyramids were used to illuminate the entire area that they gave light to. Now, also understand that those 3 pyramids in Egypt, I mean, I'm not saying nothing, but you see these moles on my nose right here and on my fingers right here and on my forehead, how they lined up just in that same exact line like those pyramids out there in Egypt, which also is aligned with what? The stars called Orion's belt. Okay, so I'm not saying nothing that I can't show you with my own actual body markers. I can even show you this birthmark on my womb. You want to see how important the womb is? Let me show you something about the womb and the light that comes out of wombs. I have this birthmark on my body that goes all the way down to my womb right here that shows a pyramid, right? That pyramid, and it goes down to my womb, but it's also lighter than my whole entire body to show that this is the light right here. This is where the light comes from. And it's a pyramid underneath my belly button that goes all the way down to my womb and points right to my womb. I have birthmarks on my body trying to help y'all get this message. I'm not saying nothing crazy. I'm not saying I'm the chosen one, but even my birthday, 11/22, 11, master manifesting number, 22, master building number. What's the other number? 33, master teacher. I'm not saying nothing, but I mean, I'm just saying 33, Jesus, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, wait. But when I say it, it's like, she's delusional. She's crazy. She thinks she's Jesus. No, it's really people who be prophets out here trying to get y'all to understand what's really going on. But y'all be so delusionally caught up in your own lives. And, oh, well, I'm getting $100,000, so I'm special. Baby, the money not even... The money that you get not even real. Our country's over $43 trillion in debt with every single country around us, but all the other countries are happy and they don't have money. Why is that? Why do we as Americans, if we're so rich and so right about everything, why is it that we need to travel to these other countries for our happiness? Why do we go vacate from our country to these other places that are third world to us? Because their frequency is a little bit more pure. Something about the way that they live life is a little bit less stressful than Americans. They got something right that we keep missing. Most of them believe in what? Marriage, respecting the woman, uplifting the woman, giving the woman her ability to be nurturing at home. Americans only believe that for certain cultures. Whites, Indians, the rich. But you go to most places, who you see at the McDonald's working? A bunch of Hispanic women. Who you see working at the hotels? A bunch of Hispanic women or Black or African women. When you go to most of these places every day, I want y'all today to pay attention in y'all state, wherever you are, wherever you at in the US of A or other countries, because I've had my page go out to other countries, Australia, South America, and everywhere else. I've been international already. So I'm not saying nothing crazy, but I want y'all to take the time to pay attention to who's actually working in y'all's neighborhoods. Who has the jobs? You'll realize it's more women working than men. And then you'll understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Patriarchy wants the woman to give up her femininity to men. Men want to be treated like queens these days and treat women as if we're masculine and well, y'all want to be feminists and have all these authorities, have rights, right? We want to have rights as in respect. That doesn't mean that I want to be the breadwinner for the home. Falling angels are causing all of this chaos. I'm not negating that. Like I said, in the music industry and all other places, there are people who are purposefully creating this paradigm over and over again, and they want us distracted. Even now, I know that there's a person who I was dating. His energy is on top of my neighbors above me. I could feel his energy on their heads. I wish they knew how to remove energy. Like, they think they so damn spiritual. It's like, but do y'all even know how to get that off your head? Because it's a person up there that's like, okay. Anyway, so it's not just fallen angels. It's really, it's the country we live in. It's propagating a certain kind of paradigm where people like me, I could show you all these birthmarks and you still talking about Jesus. But Jesus, if he already died for our sins, then why are we still suffering? If they already cleansed the earth of all the evil when Noah's ark came through, why are we still suffering? If all you got to do is break some bread and cleanse yourself in the blood of Jesus Christ and go to church, why are we still suffering? Because the people who are telling you the truth about stuff, y'all silence us, and then y'all go back to them books where the rapture already is here. It already happened. You don't even, half of y'all don't even realize we're already spirituals. Most of us are already 5D consciousness. A lot of people still stuck in 3D. No, don't get me wrong. I still can access 3D consciousness, but I'm 5D. Like, I really don't even have to be on that level of consciousness. But it's people around me who are still stuck in 3D consciousness that when I move to my 5D consciousness, they want to stop it, put a cap on it. How dare you rise above me and go to level 55 or level 51 in spirituality? How dare you climb and leave me behind? But it's like, how dare you stop me from my spiritual journey, trying to help enlighten you and other people. So again, in all religions, back to the main point that I was making, in most religions, you'll see that the woman is actually placed on top of the man. But Christianity took that away from us. They got us praying to a man that's on a cross dying. They have us praying and sacrificing our energy to death. You have to really look at what you're praying to. Look at what you're wearing on your chest. It's a dead man on a cross. Why are you carrying death around on your neck? This symbol talks about eternal life, because once you get married, my grandparents are 93 years the fuck old. And one thing they always tell me, we old, but we ain't cold. Okay? All you got to do is have a man to keep the heat on. That's why men who single, they like to say they single, but what they always doing? Texting somebody's daughter, texting somebody's mother, texting somebody's auntie, fucking around on somebody's cousin. They ain't really single. They just using women without making commitments to them. That's where the issue is at. Because America's promoting that kind of culture. For you to have 25 women that you attach to, but you ain't doing shit for them. But you want to own them. You want to have your dick hooked up to 25 different women, but you're not doing shit for these women. You're not paying their bills. You're not taking care of their kids. You're not spiritually responsible for them and their kids. You want to have all... No, I don't listen to Drake. You want to have all of this land. All of this, because women are land, essentially. Whatever seeds you plant in women, you produce life, babies. You produce seeds, crops, land. It's the same thing, Mother Nature. So you want to have all this land, but you can't even take care of it. You ain't even got enough machinery to go ahead and plow the whole land, get all the weeds out, make sure everybody's eating on the land, make sure you're putting the fertilizer down, watering the whole entire thing. You ain't even doing none of that shit. But you want to own all of this land. See, America's promoting men to have access to too many wombs, too many plots of land without doing the responsibility and the hard work of actually pulling that weight. That's the problem. It ain't got nothing to do with no fallen angels. It's what's really going on. Forget the angels, forget the devils, forget the halos. We all just human beings. And if you really look at it, that's what's going on. Men, because in other religions, oh, a man can have 3, 4, 5, 25 wives. But man must produce same thing for all wife. One wife gets a car, all wives get a car. One wife gets a new house, all wives get a new house. One wife gets a new dress, everybody gets a new dress. All religions, if you have multiple wives, all your wives have to be on the same playing ground. There's no such thing as a bottom bitch, top notch diva. Oh, you the one I keep in the house and you do this. No, everybody gets the same thing. Now, whether their personality says they want to be outside with you or they want to be inside is a whole nother thing. Okay? Whether they want to be that one to run the streets with you or not is a whole other thing. But every religion, because let's get back to Horus and Osiris and Isis. Isis and Osiris are shoulder to shoulder. Their sun is above them, right? But Isis has what that Osiris doesn't have? Wings. She can fly. She can go above him. That's higher consciousness. The feminine deals with the heart, the throat chakra, the vision, and the crown chakra being connected to spirit. That's why most women have intuition, have dreams, and usually know the future. Like myself, I could read my books to y'all. Y'all already know if you've been here through this journey this whole entire year. I've read my composition book. Just open up a page. Literally everything that's in there is what's happening right this second or about to happen in the next few months. Okay. Whereas the man deals with the lower chakras, the confidence of the household, the ego, the desires, the sexual energy. He keep that boat stirring. He's the one stirring the pot. He got the wand stirring the sacral chakra around in a circle. Okay. Throw that thing in a circle. Girl, make the thing. She don't know what she's doing. She just giving it out. Girl, do the thing in a circle. Even if it's jump, make it jump like a hurdle. Blah 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 blah. And then the root chakra, the security, because men are supposed to be the ones out there making sure you have a household. To be because the men are the shell, and the women are the contents on the inside of the shell. The man's supposed to be hard exterior to actually be able to defend you from 3D. Woman is 5D energy pulled into you. So woman embody your soul. So you choose a woman that speaks to your soul, not just to your penis and your arousal, but to your soul. What your soul desires, a woman's soul must be that. But men want to have desires for souls that they can't even embody. Because when a woman truly embodies what her soul is, the man gets upset and wants to run away. But he still wants access to the soul. That's where the issue is coming in at. Because too many men have access to too many plots of land that they're not actually taking care of. And it's really that simple. When Job in the Bible lost everything, he gained back double, but God never doubled him wives because he knew he couldn't handle it. Again, Christianity doesn't even allow you to have multiple wives. Christianity has a lot of limits that other religions don't put on people. Christianity was also given to Black people during slavery. There was something being practiced amongst Blacks way before slavery when we were in our own motherland. Okay? The first Bible is Ethiopian, have you mind. But somehow everybody in the Bible look white that we reading today. Certain stuff just don't add up in the story, and that's why the cross does not represent everyone. Because I have a head. I don't have a stick right here. My head's round. So I'm represented by the Ankh. You can go ahead and be represented by a cross. They got a dead man hanging off of it. I ain't got no dead man hanging off the front of me. I got a head. They got a brain in it, a consciousness, a thought process. I believe in eternal life. I believe in being a woman connected to a man that can pull me up, that truly can lift me up. The right man that can lift me up. And that will put me in the position where I need to be at. That's what I believe in. So I'm not telling you who and what to believe in, and we're not going to argue on my platform. But if Jesus is alive today and I'm telling you that I embody his characteristic traits, how could you not believe that? Again, okay, hold on, wait. Let's also bring it to the Christ consciousness. All right, because I know y'all trying to beat my brains out right now. Christ consciousness. What is Christ consciousness? The consciousness of Jesus Christ. The top of the pyramid. Crystal clear. What did I tell y'all about pyramids just a few moments ago? Does anyone in the classroom remember? That the pyramids had a piece of clear crystal quartz on top of them to help do what? Refract the light that is shown upon them. So if the light is shining on you, and you're reflecting that light onto your whole entire community in Christ consciousness, crystal clear Christ consciousness, you can't even get to the level of consciousness that I'm speaking from unless you can truly get to a clear crystal quartz kind of mind where you can actually absorb any kind of light and understand that you're just here to refract it. Osiris is the underworld. It says Osiris was the underworld, right? But let's go ahead and dive in deep. So God, right? God in the Bible, he randomly impregnated some woman in the garden. But they also tell you that if you get married out of wedlock, that you're going to burn in hell. Okay. They also all forgot to mention that when Horus passed away, they also chopped up his body and put his body in different pieces in different parts of the world for people to be able to use his different parts as a full body. So basically, like Christ was chopped up and his body parts was used, but Horus also was reborn into his eternal life as well. But let's go back to Osiris. Osiris also, much like his son, was chopped into hundreds and thousands of pieces, and his body parts were spread all amongst the world. There was one particular part that was at the bottom of the ocean that could not be cut back because a fish had devoured it. I believe that was his heart, which is where his son came in. They chopped up Horse's body too. They took Horse's body and put it in different urns for different different purposes as well. I trust me. I know the story. I got the eye. I got the whole entire constellation of Egypt on my forehead, baby. I think I know what I'm talking about. I got a pyramid for a birthmark on my womb. I don't really need to discuss too much. You like what? So anywho, I have a whole entire pyramid on my womb. I don't really need to like argue. But I will be respected on my platform. So, like I said, Mother Earth is a living thing, right? TikTok got y'all lost as a motherfucker. No, what does TikTok have to do with me and my birthmarks and what I've researched and something I've never looked at on TikTok? I literally worked in a museum and researched all of this stuff myself. I read books myself. I looked into everyone's religion myself. I watched people who practice Islam up close and personal. I watched people who practice Hinduism up close and personal. I watch people who practice Christianity, myself included, up close and personal. I watch people who practice what's the other one that I'm missing out on? Buddhism. Myself, I also practice Buddhism. There's nothing lost in translation. It's just people want to use religion as a reason to be separate and bigger and greater than somebody else. But it's like, if we realize that all of the things that I'm saying are saying the exact same story, which is to just have a clear mind and be able to accept everyone. So when you do get light, to shine it on somebody and pay it forward, that's it. Yes, and Hindu is the oldest religion. Thank you for clarifying that, because that is in chat. That's actually factual. And they, guess what? They love snakes. Snakes were the protectors of the underworld and the water and the women. So snake energy actually was not a bad thing when it came to Hinduism. Most of the pharaohs were wearing snake rings. You keep trying to ask me about your religion. I'm not Pentecostal, all of that subcategory. Look. Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Cometian gods, Cometics, Jewish. Oh, I forgot about the Jewish people. Okay, so the Jewish people, what's their symbol? Their symbol is the six-pointed star. The six-pointed star is, guess what? The Merkaba. The Jewish people want to control the Merkaba, the six-pointed star, because they don't want you to understand that your six-pointed star is actually how you navigate the world. So it's just like the same thing with the men and the women. One point of the star, the triangle goes down, right? And the other part of the triangle goes up. You put those two together, you get a six-pointed star. That the feminine womb, okay, and then the masculine principle come together to create the six-pointed star. And when you have those two things together, you can travel into time and space anywhere. That's when you unlock your Merkaba, you can astral project yourself into space and other dimensions. That's when you understand what the pineal gland does, and you understand that your brain has, so your brain has water in it, and you can move the water in your brain by understanding how to control the muscles of your brain. That's where the third eye and the eye to try and lock up everything. All I'm telling y'all is to understand what you truly are. Because your brain from side view has an eyeball in it, which is the eye of Horus, the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus. And when you look at it from side view, you'll see those ventricles in your brain. They represent that third eye. Okay. I sensed something different about you since I saw you 3 months ago. You seem more hardened and egoic. You said I seemed more hardened and egoic. Have you become less grounded, or maybe it's me? I'm not less grounded. I'm just in a new neighborhood. I just moved into an apartment, and it's people trying to, like, trying to be the big dog in the neighborhood. Oh, I'm the big dog in the neighborhood. I've been here. You knew. You going to submit to me. And I'm looking at them like, I already got to fight against my family, my ex-boyfriend, my baby father in prison. I'm already fighting against all of them people to just be separate. Ex-boyfriend now is calling me because I blocked him. He calling me from block. Be married to somebody, you are now responsible for their soul. You can't just run off with somebody's soul. So no, I'm not hardened or anything like that. I'm just living in the actual dimension of spirituality, and people take that as a joke. You need a church family. My whole entire family is a part of the church, and they still do demonic shit to me. So that's bullshit. They're the whole Catholics. My great grandfather literally ran around and gave food to the needy people all throughout the whole entire Roman Catholic Church, all through DC. I went to Catholic schools since I was in elementary school. The church is not where I'm going to find my family at. I'm going to find my family with people who see what I'm saying and just agree with me, and they understand stuff outside of your. Sani water. You can't tell me I can only drink Deer Park water. What I've learned is all water is the same water. It's all still two hydrogen. We all in the ocean of consciousness. You'll start to understand that it's bigger than what you can perceive. It's bigger than what you understand. You're telling me to only drink this glass of water when I'm telling you I drink from every single glass of water that's out there. I can't go back to only drinking one type of water when I've tasted them all, and I've noticed that they all have a different taste, but they all still come from the same source. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Not that if you're Christian, you're going to hell, because no one's going to hell. It's just all vibration. There are people who work in an evil manner to do things to people. There are people who work in the most positive possible manner to try to make people feel good about themselves, and they self-sacrifice themselves too much. And they get to the end of their lives and they're like, I helped everybody get their lives together. I helped everybody and nobody cared about me. But it's like, well, you made an example of yourself to be that person that everybody run to get what they want. So what you thought everybody was going to do? And then once you get income-based housing, the whole government be trying to stomp you out and make you be that person. So you don't even get the chance to even have your own identity. So I've been in too many different versions of consciousness of myself, of my spiritual journey, from me with flat iron hair, black hair, blue hair, pink hair, straight hair, locks, been down to Atlanta, been down to New Orleans, been over to California, been drove across the country, met people. I done been everywhere. I done made music. I got celebrities trying to access my spirit and my dreams. I've been everywhere already. You can't tell me to only come back to this one glass of water and think it's the only way to get out of my body when I go into my spirit form and I finally do ascend completely. Because people be thinking, like, oh, if you're a spirit, then why you not dead? And I'll be thinking sometimes, well, dang, if I died technically, then why is it that I can go to a funeral for somebody else, but I can't die myself? It's because of this. When I go to sleep, right, sometimes I'll see my dead grandmas and I'll be hanging out with them. Guess where they're hanging out at? They house. People think that death is really death. Death is just your body being free from a version of consciousness and pain that you can't stand no more. And you make a decision to go into a different version of yourself after that point. Whether you choose a lighter version of yourself or a darker version of yourself is based on the decisions that you make once you make that crossover. That's where this purgatory is at, where it's like, everybody's like, follow me. No, follow me. No, follow me. And you got to choose which road you're going to take to get to your eternity. But when I visit my grandma's, when I go to sleep, they be at their house. They be chilling in their house. When you die, you gonna be in your house. So it's good. I behoove anybody to hurry up and purchase a house so you could go ahead and put your roots up in that motherfucker and die there. You want your people to be able to visit you at a house. Look, okay. The lady, when she passed away, the neighborhood property manager, I see her in my dream. She at the property, talking to all her nieces and nephews. She had a baby on her lap I ain't never seen before. I wake up 3 days later, the baby is with somebody. I'm like, oh, that's the baby from the dream. I be seeing shit before it's even here. So you can't really question a woman's spirituality or go against it when you really don't understand what the hell you up against. Now, I know we Hispanics, they practice Santeria and all of the other stuff. And, everybody got their own shit. But you can't come against me and my way of life just because you think what I'm doing is demonic when you don't even understand what I've seen and what I know. And what I know to be true is I visit my grandmothers in the spirit realm and I be at their house chilling with them, and they be chilling at their house and they be with their kids, and people be running like I be talking to my even my people who still alive. They be sitting in the yard barbecuing and shit like. So going to another realm, it's hard to get there because you got to let go of this realm and you got to make a decision on who's going to be your vehicle to take you there, who's going to be holding you through the journey when you're there. So that's why when you choose boyfriends and stuff, like my great grandparents are like, you ain't got no husband. What you talking about? Have a husband, but get married. What you trying to do all that for? They're like, you belong with the family. You sure you want to go be with him? Over where he want to go at? He want to go be famous for the rest of his life. He want to go dance in front of people and be the center of attention and be basically the fucking puppet and like do anything for attention. He gonna do anything for clout. You really want to go over there? You sure about that? You got to think about life like this. Your ancestors are your pyramid. Your mother's womb is your pyramid. The wife or the woman that you pick after your wife, once you finally cut that cord as a man, because this is mostly for men, but also for women, when you cut that cord between you and your mother and you finally decide to go be with a woman, you live in her womb. Her womb is your tomb, is your pyramid. That's where your soul is going to be at until you decide that you can't be there no more. And it's hard to get out of a tomb and go to another one. Actually, I'm lying. Men can be in a bunch of different tombs. Just tomb raiding. Oh, that's where that movie came from. Taking all the ancestral knowledge and shit out of all other people's wombs and shit and disrespecting the fuck out of them and then taking them back home. It's fucking just disgraceful, disrespectful as shit when you understand how sacred it is to even have access to somebody's womb. And then think about the fact that you have a womb that you're so responsible for. So then think about how whatever you do to somebody else's womb is going to happen back to your own woman's womb. It'll make you a little bit more respectful of all the bodies that you have connections to. Church is just y'all would be so slip. The woman, the head woman of the church and the man who's the preacher, they married, right? Y'all living in her womb. What are you talking about? Go to church. You're living in the woman you're living in her womb. Y'all live in her womb. Spiritually, y'all give y'all bodies to their church. Their church, the steeple is like that for a reason. You're in her womb. How do y'all not understand that? The shapes of all these buildings got a peak at the top. What does the vagina look like when you kick the legs back? The clitoris is at the top and then the body open, the hole open up. What are you talking about? That's why a pyramid also has a bottom. Because what's at the bottom? The clitoris is up here and what's back here? The butthole. It's a pyramid. To have access to someone's lotus is sacred. But y'all be so delusional. Y'all be, oh, you got to go to the church to find God. God is in everything around you. Every single woman's womb that you get access to is God. But when you go into that woman's womb, have some fucking respect. Don't go in there and just be all brandishing and just carrying on loud and just thinking you deserve access because you in her vicinity. No, I don't want to give everybody access to my womb because you don't even think like me. And then when you get up in here and you realize what I'm on, it's going to change your whole way of being. I don't want to give you that burden to carry because when you realize that you're just a spirit walking around here and the only thing that's holding you together, only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Everybody was a woman first. Men were women before they became men. You were a woman inside of your mom's womb until that different little chromosome went boop and it broke off. Then that's when the clitoris extended into a penis. That's when the ovaries descended from the body and turned into testicles. Everything that I'm saying is in a science book and in any kind of book you could read. I've read endless books. I don't need you to try to tell me what I already know. That's why I'm not going to start stuttering or lose my train of thought or anything that I'm saying because I know what I'm saying. That's just science, but it's also spirituality. Science is okay, let me break this down for you. Science is English translation of quantum physics, or quantum physics even is an English translation of spirituality. Because quantum physics just says everything that I'm saying, but turns it into science. See, when y'all listen to a quantum physics person, you're on YouTube. Y'all see the commercials for Gaia, the Gaia network, where they say, we do have aliens and other light beings in other galaxies. They sometimes look like us. But when a white man said, y'all like, oh yeah, white man said it, it's okay. I believe the white man on the Gaia channel. But if a black woman tells you about it, has experienced it and tells you about it, she's crazy. Send her to the psych ward. But y'all gonna click off of this, and I bet you're gonna listen to 2 YouTube videos, and they're gonna go join us on the Gaia network where we explain to you about quantum physics and the relations of energy. And once you activate your pineal gland, it's a way to access different dimensions. But I just told you about your pineal gland and the 2 ventricles filled with brain or cerebrum fluid, which also encapsulates your whole entire brain. So it's fluid around your whole entire brain, then the fluid on the inside of your brain. It looks like an eyeball from side view, which is the eye of Horus, the eye of Ra. When you look at the back of your brain and you split it open like this, it looks like the head of Ganesh, because the actual spinal cord goes down like the elephant trunk. Isis also when you spread the brain this way, it looks like Isis, which is a woman with 2 wings like this. That's where all of this shit come from. But that's all in the book for you to go read when you get time. I've had my time to sit down and read. So I'm not speaking nothing out of my ass. This is all stuff that you can read. You can see CAT scans to prove it. You can go read the Emerald Tablets. You can go join the Gaia Network and go listen to some white man tell you everything that I just told you. and believe him instead of me. You're going to follow him instead of me because it's easier to follow somebody who has attraction. But they're literally saying the exact same thing that I'm saying, but they read it from a book. Meanwhile, I never read most of this stuff. Most of this stuff, I meditated and it just went boink in my head. I'm like, oh shit, my DNA activated. I remember who the fuck I was. Most of you haven't had dreams about who your soulmate was 25 lifetimes ago. Most of you haven't had dreams of running from the KKK because you're not accessing your Akashic records. So before you come in my chat and try to judge me, go sit down and meditate. Go put your feet in some grass and I don't know, go on a fast for 7 days and don't eat anything but only drink juice. Don't eat anything or just drink water for 7 days and see where your brain takes you. Access your pineal gland in meditation after that. Then come talk to me about how crazy I sound. Go read a book about everything that I'm telling you. Go read, I think it's the book, the serpent, the remembering, the serpent something. So it talks about the Kundalini activation. It's Kundalini something, the serpent. It's on whatchamacallit. It's Audible. You go get the audio book. You go read the Sacred Woman Journal. That's a book for all women that have wombs. Nukpu, the original language. Moderniter. Yeah. The original language before we start making all these consonants, all this English language, which has spells in it because we're spelling words. It's a spell to just speak things over your life. This language has the most consonants in it. It's a bad language. It makes you stutter. It makes you over articulate R's. The words be homophones. It's two things that sound the same, but saying two different things. Who be shaking and rolling on the ground? Baptists in the church? Okay. Catching the Holy Ghost, which is just an orgasm. But hey, anyway. I caught the Holy Ghost. You caught an orgasm from the church. The whole church is making you orgasm all at once. The whole church has access to your clitoris and to your body. You now called yourself saved. You just had a massive orgasm with everyone. You just pretty much practiced an orgy with the whole entire church. That's all that is. I do have a job. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been licensed for the last 14 years. I actually run my own business. I'm actually about to go do my clients here in Baltimore right now. For anyone that's worried about my money. Unless you want to come book. And you can also be I also am a herpes activist, so I actually have went viral on multiple platforms for teaching the world about herpes and how to prevent yourself from getting herpes and how to actually silence and put the virus to sleep in your body. So I'm also a herpes STD awareness coach as well. What else do I do? I've been a nanny for most of the governors and senators all throughout the US of A, state delegates, things of that nature. What else have I done? I've been a construction worker. I've done the electrical wiring in most buildings like NIH, government buildings, Andrews Air Force Base. Most of my family is military. I have uncles who are CIA. They actually work in Kuwait right now overseas. Let's see. I could really give you a whole entire dossier. I also have DoD clearance because I have top flight security. I have top DoD security clearance because I also was a security officer down in DC when I worked at all the museums down there. So actually, I do have a whole entire resume of I am actually who the fuck I say I am on paper as well, not just my spiritual self. The book's name is The Emerald Tablets. That's one you can go to, The Sacred Woman Journey and The Emerald Tablets, and look up any book that talks about. I forget, it's called the Kundalini something, the Serpent something. I forget what it's called, but it's on Audible. I'm not telling you nothing you can't read. I'm not telling you nothing you can't meditate on. I'm not bringing nothing out of my butthole and just saying stuff. I've really studied this stuff for years. I really went through these changes in my body. I really came outside of my body and looked at my body outside of my body. And I got scared because I'm like, oh my God, did I just accidentally die? And I felt myself go back in my body and wake up and look around me. And I was in the same position that I was when I looked down at my body. I'm not telling you nothing that I haven't actually done. And this is stuff that people talk about doing on the internet. You can go on YouTube right now and Google astral projection. It's going to be a meditation to tell you how to do it. Why do you keep talking about? I said I'm not pulling nothing out of my ass. They said you're pulling that out of your ass. It's a figure of speech. Anyways, I'm gonna silence you because your energy is trying to put a. Yeah, let me go ahead and fix that for you. All right. Now I never did that, but I used to see a map of the universe as a kid. It scared the shit out of me. Exactly, because when we were kids, our consciousness was not blocked by all this stuff. So like you could even sometimes see like I used to be able to see the whole world as like flat, right? And I would see all the different towers that they built during the 5G thing during COVID. And I would just knock down all the towers with my hand and knock down all the other ones. And like the whole entire world would just stop for like a good 5 minutes. And then they were like, oh my God, all the cell phone towers are down. Da, 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 da. Like I literally could see stuff. I literally was like, I mean, I still can. I just don't. I can see the world from space. I can see myself from space right now. Like I can look up, go to space, and I'm like, okay, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on right there. All right, let me move that around, turn that right there, clock that, move that, get that off my head. Now all the weight that's on my forehead is gone. Like literally, I can see myself from space. And people be thinking you're crazy. It's like, no, I can really remove whatever kind of heaviness you're putting on me because I can see myself outside of myself. Because consciousness can expand to infinite levels. Oh, the government will tell you, oh, you're just a GS-19, which is the highest government ranking, right? But my mom was like, oh, you can't expand your wings unless you're level 17. Because she's on a level 17 for her government status, for her government ranking, because she works in space. She works for some place called, it's basically, they're connected to NASA. So they do something for space, but they're not NASA. She used to work for NASA, but she works in space, right? They create layers of confusion around us. So they're responsible for the outer layers of consciousness that keep us locked within the paradigm of our minds. But these are people in my family. These are their rankings. This is the government rankings. People who got them sunglasses on every day and they be moving their heads around, switch, 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 all that stuff. That's what they do. That's what they're paid to do. When I accidentally astral projected, I saw myself in space and I looked at my hands and I saw nothing but stars. And I looked, I'm like, oh my God, so what does the earth look like? And I looked and it was like, earth was like, I saw what space looks like from, you know how when you look at the planet in movies, it'll show you like all the different lights that are like lit up like street lights and stuff. That's what I saw. I'm like, damn. But everything was in like pretty much black and white. And then when I said something, that's when I was like, oh, should I have a son? I got to go back. And I went back and I was like a fitness trainer in my dream. So it's like I've astral projected plenty of times in different layers of consciousness and different levels of allowance. And I understand how to get there now. It's through the womb. But I can't tell y'all that secret. If you want to come outside of your body and go into your highest consciousness, you got to line up all the wombs in the order in your family from oldest to youngest, or rather from youngest to oldest. And you got to go through the portal to get back out. It's through the womb. It's the only way out. But that's ancient consciousness that I shouldn't even be saying to people on the internet, because people want to start hacking people's family trees and like, oh, so how many grandmas you got? Let me stack them up. And then this, oh, that it's a time machine. But I'm not supposed to tell y'all that. But I did, because I'm not holding nothing back from y'all. I don't have to lie to y'all. Test out the notion. Test it out yourself. That's exactly what I saw. All stars around me, the real Milky Way, the real Earth. Before I ever knew people could do that, I was 12. Exactly. When I did it, my son was like probably 10, and his friend was like, oh, shoot, you accidentally let your mom got let out. Your mom got let out. Like that. We used to always be outside in space. Like we would literally like jump outside of like what we call, I guess, that layer, that plastic layer that they always talk about. We would always imagine ourselves walking out of that, and like our heads would be so free and so open, and then we feel so good, and then we would just be out there playing in space. Like I would do that with my son on a continued, like constantly. 5 years ago, that's all we did in our apartment. It was the funnest shit that we used to ever, like we would just be out there just playing around, doing different, I would be competing with him and his friends, like really being outside. It was fun. My mother then asked me to leave my apartment complex and come move with her. And that's when all that shit stopped. And she started trying to figure out every single which way that I was able to get out and put a block on it. Because she's a level 17. Oh, you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not a level 17. Because she works for space. She works in an organization that's also attached to NASA. So I'm not telling you nothing off no, oh, I'm just saying shit on my, like, no. Like, my family's all through government agencies and all of that. Military, all of that. I had to live with them for a year and then be homeless for a year to lose my way back to how I was outside like that. They purposefully did this to me to make me seem crazy and psychotic. But if you know, you know. If you on the internet, you don't even know me. I used to have really powerful experiences as a kid. I hear people calling my name, but no one was there. I used to see different entities and always dream about different places and times. That wasn't fake. That happens to me now. I could even I'll be sitting here thinking I could hear people who I know, like, girl, what? Like I could hear them. The dude who I was talking to, my last boyfriend, I can hear him sometimes. He's like, what the fuck, Sierra, answer the phone. Like when I don't answer the phone, I can hear him still. He He knows how to. Your phone is in your brain. It's a Y-shaped thing at the top of your brain that like people hook into at the top of your head, and they will spin that shit. That's like your phone. It's like your rotary phone. Like it looks like a rotary. That's why the rotary phone looked like that. Do you take the phone off the top and it have the little Y thing right there? That's your head. Your brain is the phone. It's a cell phone. It's based on your brain. So anyway, my mama don't understand it. I couldn't talk to my people about it. I would be in a mental institution. Exactly. My sister was trying to get me. She said, "You're gonna be institutionalized." She said this shit. She said this shit to me on Mother's Day. They attacked me on Mother's Day. The dude that I was talking to, he purposefully asked me to drive him to his baby mother's house, and he gave her a bouquet of flowers, was in there with her for 20 some odd minutes. My baby father had a cell phone in jail, in prison, in New Orleans of all places, right? And is talking to me for like almost an hour plus on the phone while he's in there, the dude I'm supposed to be talking to, with his baby mother, doing Lord knows what, spell work, now that I understand how dark they are and what they know, what they're into. And he did not give me shit on Mother's Day. Me, my own sister, after I told her Mother's Day, I went against my better judgment. I was feeling so good that day. I said Happy Mother's Day to her just because I wanted to be nice. And she's like, yeah, sometimes you need to be and you're gonna be institutionalized. And I start feeling this horrible feeling on my chest when I started understanding about how you can stand over top of somebody and penetrate their 8 and their 9 and their 10, and then have it connected to your sacral chakra and stand above them as if like you are their owner or their master. Now I understand what was going on. But they did that shit to me on Mother's Day. She said, you're going to be institutionalized. I even have a video on my phone of them saying, I can't wait till those people come and give you your what do they call it? I can't wait till the people give you your, basically like examine me. I can't wait till they come and examine you so you can finally get put into that place because you're crazy. And she was dancing about it. She said, they're going to give you an evaluation and you're going to be in a crazy house. That's why the people who are buying me all the shit in my apartment right now are buying it, because they try to fuck me up. I'm telling you, they try to spiritually fuck me bad and then tell everyone around me that I was crazy. The day that I had my spiritual awakening, I started mentioning these things to my mother and my grandmother. They took my son into a room. My brother, who I was living with at the time, took my son into a room and said to him, yeah, we're going to get somebody to come pick up your mom and we're going to take you, we're going to give you to Jordan. My son ran out the room with tears rolling down his face. Mom, they said they're going to take me and give me to Jordan and they're going to take you away with some people. They did it to my son the day I had my spiritual awakening. The actual day. I'm sitting here asking, like, y'all ever felt like y'all like went through a death or something, like a rebirth? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It was right after Christmas. We did a 7-day water fast right after Christmas. They wanted me to eat Christmas dinner with them. I was fasting. So then we got to New Year's Day. On the 6th day, all this happened. They tried to take my son away from me and give him to my brother. That's why my son is now in my mom's house in my basement. And guess who's over top of him? My brother. Always spiritually attaching himself to my son. My brother, I came into the house last time. My son was like, yeah, Jordan's friend took a shower in my bathroom. Why is my brother's friend taking a shower next to my son? Like, when I understand how the water works and spell work and falling asleep in the shower, all that shit, and water and spirituality, why the fuck is your friend taking a shower butt naked next to my son? Why he couldn't wait to be in your bathroom upstairs next to your bedroom? Why you got niggas showering around my son? Even when he had a whole entire graduation event, he was introducing my son to all these men, all his friends. And my son was like, I want to stay with Jordan because he's lit. And then all them little boys was fucking my son up, spiritually fucking him up, just shoving their fucking energy all through him. Take me through there, because when you're a little boy, they break you in. They ass break you. That's what they do to little boys that are spiritually gifted. They take them and men shove their penises up little boys' asses to take control of their consciousness. This shit is fucking sick. But that's what these secret societies will do. And me as a spiritual woman, I was protecting my son. So I went through that before I got to this position here. People try to call me insane and psychic or psychotic, but these are the things that they did to me before I got here. And back again, when I had my spiritual awakening, why would they say they're going to give my son to this boy? You understand how that don't make sense, right? So then fast forward, like I said, my mom had actually tried to get me institutionalized and get me evaluated. They denied her my evaluation. Why? Because they realized I'm crazy. I'm just spiritually gifted. My great aunt, my grandfather's sister, she was given a job with the police force because she's also spiritually gifted. She can tell you your birthday, the day you were born, the time you were born, and every single day, every single time your birthday is going to be on a Monday, how old you're going to be. She knows math like that. Her brain is like, it's out of this world. People in my family are just naturally gifted in that fashion. But people will try to, Aunt Ann crazy. She always walking back and forth in her chair like this because she's always trying to keep her pendulum moving and protect her sacred space, because she understands that when you get access to her womb, what can happen. So she's just trying to rock back and forth and keep her safe space. But she could tell you every single time your birthday is going to be on a Monday and how old you're going to be. But she was given a job with the police force for the knowledge that she had because they wanted her on their side. You understand how they'll tell you that you're crazy, but they want you on their side. They'll tell you that you're crazy until you give in, and then they can use your gifts for themselves. That's why I live currently next to what? A police station. When I lived in my old apartment, it's right down the street. They built a police station right next to my house. My last apartment, right next to another police station. They want spiritually psychic people to be next to the police so the police can tap into your consciousness and solve cases through your psychic abilities. They want you to be able to be used for them. They don't want you to be able to take your psychic abilities and move people to a different version of consciousness that will rule out this whole entire new world order that they've been trying to put on people. They vaccinated people and put robots in your bodies for God's sake. And you trust these people? They put robots in your bodies. They vaccinated you and put microchip robots in your bodies. People were running from other countries to the US. I nanny for a lot of these people. I nanny for a lot of these people. They were running to the US because they didn't want to get microchipped in their countries. This man, he worked for the US bank. He said, yeah, I didn't want to get the chip, so I come here. He came here from like Switzerland or something. He was Swiss. I nannied his children. His wife was telling me about it. People were running here to avoid being chipped. And you know what they did? What did Obama say? In 5 years, there's going to be an airborne virus. Be prepared. 5 years later, COVID pops up. Not to mention, when I was doing the wiring at NIH, there was this file cabinet that was open in the place where the control box was that I was looking at. And the file cabinet happened to have a bunch of different files of different viruses, like herpes and all the different uncurables, right? And it said trailer 1, trailer 2, trailer 3, trailer 4. Have you mind, there's a bunch of trailers outside of this office. I come back a week later. Have you mind, this is the week that President Trump gets into office. He gets into office and he takes away the rule that says they're not allowed to mess with viruses and things inside of office buildings. Basically, the ability to experiment on actual viruses. He removed that law. He removed the law that says you cannot experiment on viruses within his first 100 days. I came back to that office. That whole office was wiped clean. Nothing was in there. Have you mind, there was a computer, everything, like somebody was working in there. I came back a week later after the election happened. That whole office was wiped clean. The trailers, though, had people in them. Months, I said, oh, they about to kill us. They about to fuck us up. Damn. Months later, COVID. So when you're spiritually gifted and you're not vaccinated, that's when you become an issue. And they try to make you feel like you're crazy. And they try to make people around you think that you're crazy. You're not crazy. You're just not able to be controlled by their system. And then boom, COVID happened. But the funny thing about COVID is just SARS. And when I worked in the museum, again, I worked in a gallery called Outbreak. And what movie was everyone watching during COVID? What movie was everybody watching during COVID? What movie did everyone start watching when COVID happened? Outbreak. But when I went to go work at the museum and I was in the Outbreak gallery, guess what? Thank you. Guess what I saw? There was a wet market that had bats in it. And they said this is how lots of different viruses are transferred back and forth. They had a whole entire picture of the gallery that showed exactly what the fuck they was about to do to us. The movie was what we were going through. Exactly. I don't know who this Frida Berry person is. Frida, get your ass up out of here. Bye. Remove. So Everybody was watching the Outbreak movie. I was in a gallery called Outbreak at the museum. The museum was showing us a wet market of what happens and how viruses are actually transmuted. There actually was a whole entire section about SARS in that gallery. There was stuff about COVID before COVID even happened. They let you know about how Chinese people were traveling back and forth and travels were banned. But when COVID broke out, they didn't ban travel. I was working in the museum when it happened. They were allowing Asians to travel as long as they had their face masks on and come in the museum as long as they had their face, and they would be coughing up a storm. One person coughed on my lip, and the way that I started coughing up blood and mucus after that, and this was right before COVID happened. This was the summer before COVID actually broke out. Do you understand? I swear on my whole entire soul, I can't make this shit up. I got the proof. I got the doctor notes. I had to write off from work and everything. I don't need to lie to y'all about nothing. See, the thing is, y'all find somebody who will tell y'all the truth, but because y'all so afraid that y'all government actually don't give a fuck about y'all will really sit here and try to see me as a liar and a crazy person. And that's the sad part about America. I can show y'all visual proof and tell y'all the whole story, and then even give y'all proof of everything, and y'all still think I'm crazy. Y'all sit here trying to bully me into submission, not realizing I'm not crazy. This shit been planned and preordained for years because they needed to do what? Get control over the people. Let's give you another example of how America wanted control over people. So they did something that they planned. 9/11. Why is 9/11 also the number that you call when you need help? Why is 9/11 also the number you call when you need help? If I'm such a liar, why is 9/11 also the phone number that you call when you need help? If I'm such a liar. Explain that one, how we just so happen to get bombed on a date where we call that number for help. That ain't a coincidence to y'all? 911, what's the emergency? Yeah, someone. 9/11. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, please save us. And guess what act they invoked during then? It was the Patriots Act. And guess what they did with the Patriots Act? That gave them the right to hack our phones, our cell phones, our computers, and anything if they hear certain words like war, bomb. It gave America the authority to violate the privacy of the people. Y'all don't see what's going on here and really think like, oh, wait, yeah, they have been doing this to us on purpose. The Watergate files, why did we never get access to those? Really got to start waking up. Y'all really got to start seeing past the illusion. Wishing I could be dumb too. I be wishing that I didn't know everything, but I saw this stuff up close and personal. I was front row seat. I was put in a position to see this shit firsthand and still handle it. There's a reason why you're awakened and enlightened, because you can handle it. Not everybody could handle this level of consciousness, because if they did, they would actually be in a psych ward. They would actually have to go somewhere and get a shot and get sedated. They would actually need to do that. I, on the other hand, I know better. I'm like, nah, I seen this shit with my own two eyes. I know what the fuck going on. I was in the office. I went to the actual NIH building. I saw the files. I saw that they were about to start experimenting on these things. I saw when the law was changed, and I came back and saw the office that had all the stuff in it be moved somewhere else. I was there, put there to see these things, to give y'all proof and give y'all an actual testimony. This shit was planned, because they knew that the people were going to awaken. If we do want to go back to the Bible, because I didn't say that the Bible or any religious text was false, but the Bible says that the rapture was going to happen. So you tell me these people live by the Bible, live by the code, and they didn't know when the people were going to actually awaken at once, and they weren't going to plan a way to stop it so that it could keep us in what? A frequency mirror vessel. You can literally trap frequency inside of a bottle. So if they figured out a model on how to trap us, don't you think they was going to use it? Meaning when they started actually, I don't know, chipping the people overseas that were running over to the US to avoid being chipped, that they were trying to get away from something that they were already testing on people over there, and they finally brought it to America. So when COVID-19 happened and we were trapped inside of our houses and they started building these 5G towers, which are actually emitting frequencies that are in the shapes of a false sequence of life pattern. So we're actually trapped within energetic bubbles that were formed through the towers that they built. They're projecting a frequency of the fake flower of life pattern. So it's still the flower of life, but it's something that they control. So you can go above your head and imagine that pattern and put a line through it, and you'll break all of that shit off the top of your head. Your crown chakra will feel so free if you just imagine yourself breaking that shit up. That's why people are losing their minds. It's through frequency control through that. It's not people like me who don't have the COVID. See, people have that COVID vaccination in them with them robots in it. So them robots are going to do what? Respond to those frequencies. So what they did to me was they asked me to date a person who was COVID vaccinated and allow that person to ejaculate into me, right? Because those little robots would be in all of this person's cells. So if they ejaculated into me, then I would end up with the robots in my body, right? That's why this boy is like, you got to let me nut in you. Every single time I see him, you got to let me nut in you. Because every single time I get his energy out of me and I fast, why didn't they block the people from... Exactly. Think about that. Back when COVID-19 happened, why weren't they blocking the Asian people who had the mask on from flying into the Americas? Because Donald Trump also did what? He reduced the funding for the same people he did recently. He reduced funding for the Department of Defense. He took that whole entire chapter. He took them, he fired all of them. So the Department of Defense didn't even exist. So all these people were allowed to fly into America with that virus on them. But funny thing is, they had seen, again, it was in the museum, in the outbreak section, where it showed that people were traveling, and traveling was stopped, and that's how they contained the virus when it was SARS a few decades ago. So this has already been studied. I never took the shot, and I got fired because I didn't take the shot. That's why I don't have my museum job anymore. They were like, oh, if you don't want to get vaccinated, you can't come back to work. I said, well, I'm not coming back to work then, because I'm not putting that shit in my body. Y'all crazy? The best thing we can do with all this stuff is pray. Jesus is the way. Child, Jesus don't even exist. Jesus already is dead on the cross somewhere. Like, come on now. That's not, it's frequency, it's energy. Are y'all delusional? If we're in a frequency trap, how is a random soul going to fix that? You need to destroy the thing that's keeping you inside of the frequency trap. You need to tell these people to knock down them towers, get rid of the towers. Then we'll be free again. There'll be no more frequency control. Or find someone who can put something inside of everyone's body that has the vaccination that will deprogram and destroy the robots. That's the only way to stop this. There's no such thing as hell. It's called the halls of a mentee, and it's a mental space that you go to when you lose sight of what's actually real and what's fake. It's all a frequency battle. If you want to believe that, oh my God, everybody in the world is going to be on top of me and crush my head, and I don't deserve the light of God, then you're going to believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that I deserve the light of God. I deserve that. I think that I deserve also the ability to tell the truth so that people will know the truth. I believe that anyone who's blocking the truth is going to be the person that goes to hell, if there is a hell. I believe anyone that blocks someone from being educated on what really happened in the world are the people who are going to be burning for eternity. I believe anyone who wants to block anyone from being aware of what the fuck is real is going to be the people who want to, or rather are going to be stuck in purgatory. To keep being born into this cycle instead of having your soul be freed into the cosmic atmosphere, that's hell. I don't want to be reincarnated again. My family's like, oh yeah, just give your soul to your niece. I'm not about to be her. If anything, when I die, my soul needs to go right up to where it's supposed to go to, home. I don't need my soul to go spin the block and go back into my niece. I'm not going in that body. Are you crazy? When I'm out of here, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm in the astral. I'm a star. Star. Whatever Megan. Right. I died for 5 minutes and it's projected up out of my body. I know I am not going in her body. I had a choice and it was not go there. Exactly. The soul goes where the mind is at the time of death. Exactly. If you understand the earth, then you understand that we are microscopic beings to something bigger than us. Because the galaxy or the solar system that we live in looks like a atom. So we really not a big deal like we think we are. People be laughing at 607 Unc because he be waking people up too. I know. I be seeing phase one always going on him. And I'm like, I'm looking at phase. I be seeing phase one in my dreams. I be looking at phase one like, well, we both here. So what you mean? If I can see you consciously when I go to sleep, that means we on the same frequency type time. So why you going on him? If I could meet you spiritually in the astral realm and you could meet me, then how you going on him if we all trapped in the same exact paradigm? It's not for us to know who's bigger than us. It's actually us. If you understand as within, so without, your womb is the universe that you live in. And the agreement of wombs to connect is how we get the universe or the yoniverse. So we could actually have eternal life if we all just decide to get married today and stop fucking around. We could be stuck at this state of being. If everybody just decided to get married and just mind their business, and all the women decided to agree on the same thing, and all the men decided to agree on the same thing, or like all the green women got together, all the blue women got together, all the purple women got together, all the pink women got together, all the yellow women as it pertains to each of the chakras. Really, if that happened, we could actually be at this state of consciousness for eternity. There would be no getting old because everybody would be around energies that percolate them and keep them young. So there'd be no siphoning of energy to any other organization or any other entity. I'm not finna meet you in the astral realm when we are on Earth. I already met someone in the astral realm while I was on Earth. So I met phase one directly. I've seen him in many of my dreams. I've seen him on a couch when I was dealing with Masons. I've seen him in the museum that I used to work in, trying to force me to eat chicken. Like, yeah, I thought you was a vegan, but he don't never speak. He telepathic. Most people who really up there, they don't talk in my dreams. They only speak telepathically. They be silent. They speak to their mind. So that's how I know that they are who they say they are, because they don't say nothing. The people who talk in my dreams, they not really on that type time. But the people who in my dreams and they just telepathically be there and they don't say shit, but you already know what they saying, they up there. Because when I astral projected out of my body and I woke up in a spaceship and they're like, you've achieved the breathless state. Now you need to go back to Earth and teach everyone else so they can actually survive this next level of consciousness. And I was sent back down out of the spaceship and they said, but before you go, we need to make sure that you're actually going to do it. So this is how you do it. And they asked me to put this little worm looking parasite thing inside of a body or inside of a machine, and it suffocated it. So basically allowing something to go inside of my womb and stop breathing. If it cannot survive that state, then it is not meant to go into the next. It's a parasite. It's literally sucking the life out of you. It hasn't achieved the next level of consciousness, so it can't go with you. That's what I was taught in my dream, to allow something into my womb and then to stop breathing. And if it cannot stop breathing as well, then it is a parasite. Because the next level of consciousness, which is space, does not require oxygen. The next level of consciousness, to be astral, does not require oxygen. So then when I finally did complete my task and my mission, I was allowed to come out the spaceship, and I came down. I went through the gold room, which is the highest consciousness, your gold crown, right here, this right here, golden. Then I came through this one right here. Then I came down to the vision, and I saw this guy. He's like, babe, here's the keys to the car. I got the keys. I tried to open my regular car, which is a gold car, my regular car that I drive right now. I tried to open it, and instead the lights to another car lit up. It was a red truck. And I went and got inside the red truck, and I was supposed to go on a tour to go do music, and it was dark outside, so I didn't really like that. But they were like, you need to stop doing that person hair, because I was like, I was at the show, but I was doing somebody's hair, and like, you keep trying to do that person hair, you gonna miss out. We need to hurry up and go somewhere. We got somewhere to go. You always trying to do hair. You gotta go. We gotta go. And it's funny because I read about that dream that happened right before the 30th of this month. It always happens in October. It's supposed to happen in October when I'm supposed to make the transition. But I always get stuck doing somebody's hair. Like the night when Phase was like, all the chosen ones had a wild ass dream last night. If you was there, you was there. And it was like a disco ball that was lit up. Because when I kept falling asleep while I was doing his hair, my spirit kept falling asleep while I was doing his hair. and I kept seeing this thing that was like lighting up. It's like something kept going past this thing. It's like it kept coming past, and like every time it came past, it would like light up. It would like zoom, like you know how like the little race cars used to go around on the side, and it's like they would hit that little metal part, and they go, zoom, and they go around the whole track, and then when they hit that little metal plate, zoom, it was doing something like that in my dream. I kept falling asleep. He said all the chosen ones had that dream last night. Even though I was doing hair, I kept falling in and out of my sleep state, and I kept seeing that, so I didn't miss out on it. That October 30th is not a bad. What I'm seeing, what I'm saying I saw didn't happen on October 30th. But on October 30th, in my book here, which is Starting Your Day Off Right by Joyce Meyer, who's actually a religious person, very much into this church, it says there's things waiting for you in the spirit realm that you can have access to, but you keep missing out on them. I'll reread it actually for you guys since y'all want to believe it. God's word changes things. God has blessings stored up for you in the spiritual realm that you may not be experiencing, but they do exist. Speak positive words today and call those things that are not, which are invisible, into your life if you face a problem today. My problem is temporary. God's word says that I'm an overcomer because of Christ's love for me. Even though I don't see the answers now, God will provide for all my needs. So even Jesus believers and Christ believers talk about the invisible world being ushered down into the physical. So everything that I'm saying is not bullshit. Even people who y'all pray to, who so heavily regarded in the Christianic realm of things, they're regarding the word and saying things that are invisible need to be pulled down into the visible. Oh, okay. Be with who? Myself? Y'all really missing, like, y'all really think it's like a Jesus to go to. Like, it's really a guy up there waiting for you to die. It's not a guy. It's a woman's womb. It's nothing to wait for. Y'all really be missing it that we're all spirits. If we were made in his image, then call us by our name. So then we're all Jesus. We're all God. We're all embodiments of the crystal consciousness. It's just when you look at a crystal from different directions in the sunlight, different colors come off the crystal. How are y'all so lost that like when you shine the crystal in the light, just like when it rains outside, the rainbow gives you 7 different colors, the chakras. Which chakra are you most attached to? Like which version? Who are you? Are you a speaker of truth? Are you a lover? Are you a confident person? Are you a visionary? Are you the people that help people cross over into the spirit realm? Are you a crown chakra person? Which color are you? When the crystal shines, which vibration are you on? That's all this is. Ain't no, are you thinking you're gonna be with him when you pass away? It's whichever vibration you're on is where you're gonna be at. That's why when the Wheel of Time, the movie Wheel of Time, all the women, all the witches were in different colors because they all had different purposes. Everything in the life is about the rainbow. It's about breaking down when that light refracts, which frequency are you on? That's all it is. That's really all it is. When you shine that clear crystal quartz, which color are you shining off of that thing as? Because the light's gonna go in all different directions in every which way, which is what we are in, a prism. But which color, which frequency, because each color is a different frequency. Red is the slowest one. Purple and pink are the highest, fastest frequencies, the white light. Which frequency are you on? That's all it is. And that's what I keep trying to get people to remember. It's about frequency. It's not about, oh, I got money. Oh, I'm rich. Oh, I'm popular. What frequency are you able to carry in your body? Can you manage carrying a higher frequency? That's why fasting is important, because the more you fast, the more your body becomes your light body, because you're not focusing on food and flesh. You don't even need to, like I said, you don't even need to breathe. You can just be sitting there and be forgetting to breathe. And everybody around you's like, you're like, oh shit, my bad. I'm so sorry. I be forgetting sometimes. I got to do that. But then when you breathe, everybody else be like, they get choked up. That's why you just be courteous. I'm like, I'm going to give y'all all the breath because y'all need it more than I do. Y'all need to breathe. I really don't even need to, like, I could just sit here. Like, I've been talking this whole entire time. I haven't even thought to taking a deep breath. But look. Okay, I'll breathe. I'll come back to the human frequency. But it's not a necessary thing, because so many different things are breathing through my organism by y'all being attached to me. That breath isn't even a necessary thing for me to do because there's so many things attached to me. The organisms attached to my organs are doing all the breathing work for me because we're all one body of Christ. Your nipple's not thinking about taking a deep breath of air. You understand? Your belly button's not thinking about taking a deep breath of air. Your brain's not thinking about taking a deep breath of air, but your body naturally brings air in and the lungs do their thing. You get how that works? Like, we're all organisms, a part of organs that are organizations that make things happen within the body of Christ. So let's go all the way back to the body of the crystal. Okay, so we're all connected. It's just what is your job? If you don't know what your spiritual job is, you can't get mad at me because I know mine. My job is to speak this truth to people, give y'all my testimony, give y'all things that I've seen with my own two eyes, and educate y'all so y'all can make wise decisions on who y'all attach yourselves to, so that you're in your highest, most happiest timeline. I don't want you to be out here attaching yourselves to no damn celebrities trying to be in their crew, and really you don't like the fact that they got to put their dicks up your ass to make you popular. You don't like the idea of spiritually walking around with a dick in your mouth. You don't like the idea of being someone's lackey. You really want to be a leader. So go around people who allow you to lead them. Go lead in something. What are you leading people to? What is the knowledge? What are you doing? I'm going to encourage you to be who you want to be. I'm not going to encourage you to oh, well, come on. You're not good enough. You don't make $600,000 this year, or you didn't make $100,000, so you're not on my level. You ain't shit to me. I got money and you ain't shit. Or, oh, I'm light skinned and you dark skin. Or my ass fat and you got a flat ass. Or I got brown skin and you got pale skin. Or my lips is pink and yours is purple. Or my hair is long and yours is... Somebody said, is your hair color a costume? My hair color is something... People in Africa put red clay in their hair and braid it because they want to protect it from the sun. People who also in India put chabi powder in their hair in order to protect it from the sun. They put a bunch of chabi powder and oil in their hair and braid it up. Whatever people do to their hair is just an expression of a culture that they believe in. If I want to wear red hair with blonde in the front, to me, I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarius. This looks like the fire that I am. I like the fact that it looks like a little flame on top of my head. That's why the yellow's to the side. It's not meant to be in the middle. Because the flame, when you look at fire, the yellow part of the flame kind of just dances around in a circle. I like my zodiac. I like who I am. I like that I embody the energy of the sun. I like that I'm on the frequency with the sun. I like when I think about the sun and I put my brain up there, I hear my vibration, I feel connected again. I like that about me. So I express that through my physical. If somebody decides to get a piercing right here, and right here, that they cultures do that. It helps you activate different parts of your subconscious. Like people get a piercing right here to help them lock in with their subconscious eyeball. So no one has the ability to make them feel like they don't have control of their brain. Because you just think about the pain that you endured when you got that piercing, and it activates the ability to channel energy there. That's why people get tattoos and tribal tattoos, because it reminds you to focus your energy there so that no one can take advantage of that energy point on your body. That's what tribal tattoos are all about. So my whole entire back is tattooed up. To remember the pain that I went through helps me rechannel my energy in my back and get back control of my body. You get tattoos in places to remind you to bring your energy back to that point. That pain activates the nerves there. When your mind remembers the pain that you endured in that point, it helps you recalibrate the energy there. I'm a Leo. I feel like a lion with blonde wigs. And that's beautiful. However you choose to physically express who you are, because people see you, they'll get an idea of something. That's why girls walk around with their asses out and their titties out, because they say, fuck me, all I'm worth is some pussy. See my body parts, see these ass cheeks, see these titties, see this flat stomach. I want you to look at me as your fucking fantasy. I want to fuck the shit out of you. That's what that gives. Now, there's women who have big butts and big titties. They don't walk around with all that shit exposed. People get mad at, oh, the women in Islam are trapped by their men telling them to dress like that. I would be so happy if I could just dress in loose clothes every day, and men, all they could do was look at my eyeballs and see that I'm a good woman and choose to marry me off that. And then we just marry because he see my soul, and then I get to take off the whole entire costume, and he be like, damn, look at my fucking wife. Oh my God. Like, it's like the accessory. It's the added essence of it. For a man to be attracted to me and then figure out who I am on the inside is bullshit. Cause it's like, he might not even appreciate who I am on the inside, because all he wants to see is my body, my pussy, my titties, how long my hair is, to compare it to the next bitch that he used to talk to. Oh, you look better than my baby mother. So people, we be thinking that we know what we talking about them women are trapped. No, them women are blessed, because them men are falling in love with their souls and then marrying them and then getting to see what their wives look like. and then being so even more ecstatic when she's a beautiful woman. Like, yeah, she say she's not the most beautiful woman that you picked, which usually isn't the case because those women usually are very beautiful. But say she wasn't. You still the soul connection is there. You don't even care. So we be lost about what really matters in America. That's what this whole entire live was all about, really. We be forgetting about this. The key to life is a marriage. When you marry your masculine and your feminine energies within your body and you have your own Kundalini experience, and then you are able to share that Kundalini experience with your partner, it creates a bond where you two now are very aware of who you are and y'all can move forward in life together. And that's so much more important than just, oh, well, my mom says I can't be with you because you do drugs. I mean, I wouldn't want to be with somebody who does drugs, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom says I can't be with you because you're Christian and I'm atheist. Or I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, we just stop looking at the outside of people and start looking at the energy of people. Right? The connection. Not trying to control somebody else, but authentically connecting to people based on who they are on the inside, the knowledge, the wisdom, and how that can help us navigate our own ship. Like, if you got directions and navigation points to something, and you can help me get somewhere, I'm gonna go ahead and listen. I ain't got to be your slave. I ain't got to submit to you, but I'm gonna listen. If you got some wisdom to shed on me, and if it helps me in my life really like put some things into perspective, I appreciate that. I ain't got to be your slave to listen to you. Like, where do you think we came from? It says for Jesus so loved the word that he gave his one and only son, is you believe is him, you will not suffer, you live, and you will not die spiritual, but be with him. Yeah, Christ consciousness, into the consciousness of Christ. Because if you understand the fact that you live in someone's brain, like, for instance, right now, I probably live in my neighbor's brain, I guess, right? My neighbor's and my boyfriend's brain. My mom said to me yesterday, she's like, oh, the people ain't gonna be coming into my house. They think they want to come live with me. The fact that she made me homeless for 9 months and then said that when I was in her house last night, let me know that she don't really want to be spiritually responsible for me. Like, she tried to tie my spirit into the dog, and then tried to laugh in my face last night. Was like, oh, you hungry now? You want to eat? Because I was like, something was just making me not eat yesterday. I don't know what it was. They didn't feed the dog until nighttime, after they tried to connect my consciousness to the consciousness of the dog. Like, basically put our pineal glands together and synchronize our brains. Like, there's witchcraft where you could pretty much make somebody a dog in spirit. Like, you could merge their soul with an animal and then trap them in the animal if they don't know any better. But I know better. So she said, oh, you can't come live in my house. Then my brother in the background, yeah, give me that. So then I hear, like, my neighbors was kind of over top of me at the point, but then, like, yeah, give me that. Like, my brother, like, give you what? Access to my space? Then I realized his spirit was in their heads. I'm like, I go through all their brains. I'm like, let me go move his thing out of there. Because he got a little Pac-Man, a little alligator Pac-Man kind of spirit. I just took that off their pineal gland. I'm like, all right, let me see. 1, 2, 3. And I realized he really was actually trapping the consciousnesses of people over here so that he could trap me in his consciousness. So to live within someone else's consciousness is a thing that can happen not just through Jesus, but even people who understand the concept of consciousness. They can use things to manipulate your pineal gland to trap you within their conscious state of being. So you got to understand who you're around, whether they know how to work the pineal gland. Some people move in swirls and spirals. Some people do alligator bites. Some people just block it in and put a block around it. Some people just do a circle. I just like to protect my pineal gland and just put a little black bubble around mine, like, you know, like, hey, I got tints on my car. Get about my car. That's it. This Haitian chicks. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just be like, all right, I'm not trying to live in that person's consciousness. So I just open up. If I think that I'm too deep in somebody's head, I'm like, okay, let me open their pineal gland up. And I just release my energy out of their brain. It's like, I don't need to open and see what I do. I don't hurt people with my magic. I'll move myself out of your space. Because if I feel too much of myself being lost in other people, I'll just open up the pineal gland and take back what I need so I could really feel my energy in my body to make sure that I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still with me. Not people have taken all the pieces of me and now I'm spread so thin and now people just using my energy. Now I'm looking beat down and tired. You get what I'm saying? So I don't use what I know about alchemy and magic to hurt people. I'm not like, oh, let me take this thing and stick it up your ass and hurt you and make you my bitch. I'm not like, oh, let me take this thing and stick it in the back of your spine and hook it in the back of your L2 nerve so that your throat chakra is blocked. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not like, let me go down to your S2 and your S4 and your S5, which is all your whole entire sacrum, that part of the bottom of your spine, the part that goes to your root chakra, you know, in your pelvis in the middle where you got those holes in it, those 5 holes, well, those 10 holes in a line. That is all connected to your private parts in your root chakra. I'm not going to go down there and try to put my 5 fingers through yours to grab it, to hold you right there and keep you as my shit. I know how to do sadistic shit. I don't do it though. I just clean mine off and ask for privacy and protection on my shit because I'm not touching your shit. You understand? So when people learn to stop touching other people's shit and just protect their own shit, they'd realize why the fuck they feel so soulless. It's because you're trying to steal everybody else's shit. And then when you're trying to steal it, you actually connecting yourself to them. And now they going out taking your energy everywhere else. And now you feeling drained because you're trying to control all this stuff, but you're making yourself so big, but you don't even know where all those pieces is going because then people got their own organizations that they got to feed into. So now you got all these energies around you, but you don't know who they are. So you can't really manipulate with them. So all I'm saying is, the key to eternal life is a marriage, and they don't advertise marriages in Black communities for a reason. When we were enslaved, every time we got married, they would separate us and sell us to different plantations. So every time we try to get in relationships, even today, they'll try to take the woman and make the woman independent and a boss bitch, and they'll try to make the man overzealous and over masculine and beat his woman into submission to him. So then that breaks up the bond, and now they're 2 separate energies spread all thin, all crazy like, and they're not building. Meanwhile, other communities, yes, oh my God, who's your wife? She's so beautiful. Bring the kids over. When are y'all gonna have babies? Like they're loving that shit. But our population is not told to be like that. You see, Cardi got with her man immediately, and look, synced in, LinkedIn, got the baby, everything, all that. Relationship. You didn't see her outside thotting and bopping. You didn't see that. Beyonce been married to Jay-Z for how fucking long? Why are they successful? Because that's 2 Black people choosing to stay together and build. That's the amount of power Black people have when they stay together. But we don't get that commonly. Oprah and Stanford, they broke up. Rich ass woman right there. She's so rich, he's been using her. Fuck him. But let it be any other culture. Oh, Tom Cruise and Kate. Oh, I'm so happy they broke up. They went their separate ways. They've had their own careers. They're so amazing. Oh my gosh. Kate, well, she's with Jamie Foxx now. What is she doing with Jamie Foxx? What are they doing together? As soon as it's a Black man, it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? Marriage is the key to eternal life, immortality, and peace. But when it comes to our communities, they're always breaking up our marriages, making us want to fight each other, making us want to kill each other spiritually. Meanwhile, in other communities, they like, oh, look at them in love. Oh, they love. Oh, when you bring in grandbaby, you for Asian people, when you have kids for Asian people, let me tell you the secret over there. You have a kid for them, they give you like 5 bands just off the fact that you got pregnant. The grandmother, the family, they give you 5 bands, and then when you have the baby, they give you 10 bands for the baby. They pay you because you're bringing them fucking life and legacy. Every other culture get it but us. And that was a purposeful plan. Just like everything else that I just showed y'all. They purposefully did it to our community. What's up, Wayne? They don't want us in connections because when we get connected to people, we actually got power and authority because you bring that black on black on black on black. Yeah, shit get hectic because we're the original bloodline. We're connected to the roots and the trees and everything. Not saying that every other, but when it comes down to it, in history, I worked in the museum. The oldest skull is an African woman and an African man. Skulls that originated from Africa, from that continent. That's why it's called the motherland. No disrespect to anybody else's culture. But when Pangea broke, that's when other races began because other people or the people that were on other parts of the continent, their bodies had to adapt to the weather, to the climate, to the sun, to the lack thereof sun, to the new food sources, to the new fish that they were eating, to the everything they had to adapt in order to survive. So that means your body was going to change skin tone, height, weight. You adapt. That's what race is. That's all ethnicity and race is. But the original is the black, the African. That's the oldest skull. That's not something I'm making up. That's something that's a fact. That's where the original knowledge came from. And outside of them, the next race that came was Asians. The Nepalese were Asians that were black skinned. When you go to Nepal, you'll find people that are blacker than me who are Asian. Those are the two original races. Everything else came after that, but the black came first. The Afro came first. And I wish that we could all learn to respect it and then still respect everything that came after us because it's beautiful to see what we've also been able to, become. Everybody's household. Oh, you took that knowledge and spun it like that. That's what's up. I like your little spin on that. That's like if I make a dress and you get a dress and you inspired by my dress, but you cut a different slit in the side and you get a little bit more tummy showing. That's what's up. I like how you took my dress and you was inspired by it. That's what's up. I love that shit. That shit's all right. Hey, I put that shit on too. That's beautiful. We need to get more in that caliber of understanding with each other. That's the only way that we can truly go somewhere in this world. But we get too caught up on I'm right, they wrong. And I never said nobody was wrong. I just said that to call any other race or any other religion demonic when Christians are chopping up a body every single Sunday and saying blood body, yum, 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 is crazy. Because, even the Incans and the Mayans and the Aztecs were sacrificing people at the top of the pyramids. They had pyramids too. The same pyramids that's in Mexico are the same pyramids that are in Atlanta and Alabama. Because the people who live there were native to the land. That's why Native Americans are actually Mexicans. That's why Hispanics are actually native to this land. So when they say they're going to deport Hispanics, I'm like, how y'all deporting people who probably just came here and walked over the border? Like, what the fuck? The same pyramids that's in Texas is the same pyramids that's in Mexico. What are you talking about? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. They're Native Americans. Because last time I checked, North America and Mexico, are the same shit. Oh shit, Canada and America and Mexico are one big continent. So whoever walked from one side of the continent to the other are Native Americans. Oh shit, hold the fuck up. So hold on. So we're deporting people who actually are native to the continent? Oh, because you put up a border and now they foreign. Shut your bitch ass up. Okay. So I'm not here to say that I don't like Hispanics and I don't like Asians, I don't like whites. I just don't like that we keep on trying to pin each other against each other when everybody's saying the same shit. We want freedom, we want peace. I want to be able to walk outside and not feel like somebody gonna third eye beat me upside the fucking forehead. Like, bitch, for what? What are you doing all that for? Fuck are you doing that for? Why you hit me upside my head for? Why you want to feel taller than me? I could show you that I'm taller than you. I could become taller than you. But I don't want to do that. Why are you doing that for? I imagine Adam and Eve were darker skinned, and as time went on, the melanin was distorted through procreation from separation of original bloodlines. No, the melanin got distorted because people moved when Pangea broke up, tectonic plates shifted, the body had to adapt. So if there's less sunlight, there's less need for melanin. It dissipates, it disappears. I've even had, so let me tell y'all what happened to me 2 summers ago. I went to my mother's house when I was living there. I was fasting on nothing but water, and I would sit in the sun every single day. There are beauty marks that were forming on my body that were green. Y'all can look at the video on my Instagram. I showed y'all the beauty marks that were forming on my body were green. What does that mean? Well, let's look at a tree right quick. When a tree got chloroplast, and what do we give trees? Water, right? Tree has chloroplast in it, and the tree feeds itself through the chloroplast. The chlorophyll make chloroplast. Or no, the chloroplast make chlorophyll, and that's what feeds the tree. If I was a human being and I was only operating on water like a tree, and I'm in the sun getting the nutrients that I need from the sun, because we all understand, when you understand energy, we don't really need food either. We literally get our energy from the sun, because the sun is the nucleus of the whole entire body, of the whole entire actual thing that we're the nucleus. That's the nucleus. If we're all just atomic, and this is because the solar system looks like an atom, and the nucleus provides the energy. So all we really need is the energy from the sun to be alive, which is why they're always covering up the sun, because the things that don't need the sun to live are viruses. That's why they've created this whole entire fake ass reality to live in, to distract us from our true abilities to adapt and be powerful beings. Hello, wake up. Anyway, so I put myself out there in the sun, and when you look in the ancient Egyptian temples, you'll see pictures of people who were what color? People are dark blue, indigo, and green. The Egyptians' skin colors were dark, indigo, blue, and green. The higher consciousnesses, the higher frequencies, when it comes to the chakra system, they're pictured on Egyptian walls in those colors. They painted people in those colors. So if I 2 years ago was in the sun and drinking nothing but water, and my body was turning green, and we have babies that are born with what? Green babies butt. Oh, wait, hold on. The babies that are born with the green butt. I don't see how people are not seeing that, like the correlation there. But what happens to a tree when it stops getting sunlight in the fall? What happens to the leaves, y'all? They turn what color? What color is my skin? Okay, that's all I wanted to say. So when a tree stops getting the sunlight and the regular nutrients, it turns brown, and the tree begins to die or go through a cycle of rebirth. Right. So here's another thing to think about. Some leaves on trees turn reddish brown. You see how some people have red undertones, some people have yellow undertones, so there's different kind of trees, different kind of leaves, right? Let's think about this. What happens in the summertime that we stop doing in the wintertime? Going on vacations, being in the sun. What do we do all winter and fall? We start going where? Back to where? School and to work. And we are inside of what? Concrete buildings, not in what? The sun. So what happens to our bodies and the trees and the living being that we exist on? It begins to go through a what? A death and rebirth cycle, which only is comfortable to what? Things that don't have melanin, that did what? Created the system to have the school inside of the walls and make us go to work and tell us that money was necessary to survive. Oh shit. That's what seasonal changes. That's why we stopped having that's why they had to create fake snow. That's why the snowflakes don't look original no more. And it's freezing, we stay inside more. Way less sun. Exactly. Exactly. They're the ones, they're literally putting us in a fucking test tube and telling us what the fuck to do and telling us, oh, now it's time to go back to school and back to work. Come on, guys, because we're burning the fuck up in the sun. Our skin's turning red. Ah, we're going through pain. We need that snow. Okay, we're not producing any snow still. Come on, snow machines, make some snow. We're burning the fuck up. Are y'all not seeing what the fuck is really going on out here? Like, I hear my voice echoing crazy right now. I'm like, it sounds like my voice is echoing through the whole universe right now. Winter is fake. Fall is fake. That is your body being forced to not be in the sun by a whole entire algorithm that was given to us to participate in, to make them comfortable. They need sunscreen and pharmaceutical, big pharma, all these prescriptions just to still survive. And what else do they need? Our fucking energy, access to our sacral, divine, private parts. And then they get you locked into this job where when you find my frequency, you think I'm the enemy. So you attack me and take my energy where? Back to them. You find free people and you do what? Take our energy back to the problem. Oh, to block out our third eye, which is our vision, which is our pineal gland, which gives us the ability to leave their asses in their dimension and go to the crown chakra and finally get the fuck out of this dimension and go into where we are supposed to be at eternal life. But guess what you need? You need partnership. Again, the marriages that they keep on making sure they weed out of what community? The people who have the original information in their melanin, their skin, and their DNA. So everything that I just said on this live was now proven by this point. Thank you guys so much for listening and being a part of the classroom and taking a seat and being here and just understanding that I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not delusional. I also don't burn in the sun. Okay, just a little bit. I got a little bit of white ancestor in me. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit of them in there. But that's only if I sit on the beach for like 14 hours and don't use sunscreen. They give us fluoride toothpaste, blocking out our third eye. No, we're not talking about, nothing about what I'm saying is hateful. It's hateful to brandish a people into a system that keeps them disconnected from their source. Because everyone that has enough melanin to not burn in the sun should not be working a job inside of a concrete building. And their kids should not be in school being siphoned by teachers and different people of authority. Quote, authority. When I worked at the hair cuttery, I felt so sick being in there. My lips were turning black working there because who were there? Demelanated people, congressmen, people of power, Jewish people that kept coming in there, attaching to my spirit, tearing me down, saying bad things to me. Oh, my hair's so curly. I just need, this and that. I'm looking at them. I'm looking like, what? What are you talking about? Curly? Where your hair? Your hair ain't got a kink in it. What y'all talking about? Like, they were just saying rude things to me. It's just so hot outside. I don't understand why it's so hot. Because I was connected to that source, to that Afro Negress male that was like, I ain't getting no job and we ain't getting shut down. I got my own business. I'm my own black man. I was connected to a source. We was connected. There was no breaking that down. We could do anything. I didn't say white people aren't human. I said some white people have started to manipulate people into doing things that make them last longer and kill other people, which means they aren't human because humans believe in everyone surviving. Someone who would actually kill a whole entire population just so they can survive when they realize that they are no longer actually biologically built to be in this reality, that's not human. That is sadistic. That is reptilian. That is satanic. That is why the music industry prevents us from seeing each other as equals. That's why the music industry tries to make us turn into fucking whores and pimps and beat each other. Because they're the ones pulling the strings. Because they want us distracted from the fact that they're dying. When all they have to do is actually just procreate with some black people, start blackening up their bloodline. That's really it. All they got to do is blacken up their bloodline and they would survive. That's it. Just start procreating with some black people. You would secure your next race or your next few generations. Your last name would still stand. But they don't want to do that. They rather come into our communities, steal our energy, have their people plotted in here. So there's probably somebody here in this neighborhood who is like the all hail energy siphoner for the whole entire organization that is connected to this place. And they make sure they snatch all the energy and do all the spell work and whatever. I think it's a dude that's next door that drives that loud ass pickup truck. He's over top of somebody and they siphon up. And then they take the energy back on, right? They're the Neanderthal. They're the Homo Neanderthal. See, we're Homo erectus. That's why we're tall. Homo Neanderthal has really heavy brow bones and a very broly body build. We're not Homo. Some of us are Homo Neanderthal, and we have Homo Neanderthal ancestors, and some of us have Homo erectus ancestors. Right, it's all an orchestrated show. It's all a show. And people get afraid when they finally realize, like, okay, we understand that we're on a show now. And it's like, so what part are you going to play? Are you going to try to help us get free? Or like, no, we kind of just want to see y'all fuck each other and be slutty and be nasty and give us y'all energy. That's why the music is such a sexual, secular music. It makes you give that energy up freely. That's why they tell you to be comfortable down here when really you're supposed to be comfortable up here. But every time a black person tries to access their crown chakra and clear off their higher chakras, oh, she's doing witchcraft and spell work. She's just trying to be on top of us. No, baby, I'm trying to clear up the passageway so we can get back home, because maybe you need to clear yours off. Or maybe you need to take your little coin back and put it in the right slot, because where they trying to take us with this music and with this algorithm and keeping our kids in these schools is definitely not heaven. Having winter with fake snow is not heaven. So you want the sun to burn us up and we're all just going to burn into eternal flame? I mean, if that's what God genuinely intended when the rapture was definitely spoken about in the book, and that's going to help us get to where we're supposed to be at, then by all means, heat the planet up, because the ones who can endure the fire is supposed to be here, and the ones that can't. It's simple as that. It's really just a matter of your frequency increasing. Have you done the work? Have you been fasting? Have you done the thing where you're supposed to break your body down into only electromagnetic frequency yet? Because that's what you really need to do. That's the only way to survive the rapture, is to fast enough so that when it comes, you don't burn. That's it. But they want you distracted in their school systems, thinking that you need to be looking for this money. That's why they put the all-seeing eye on the back of the money. In God we trust. But nature is God. So if nature is dying and trees are dying and the planet is having earthquakes and all these different natural disasters, wouldn't that mean that God is trying to tell us that we're doing something wrong? Oh. You weren't here for the rest of the conversation, so we're not even going to address the witchcraft comment, because everything in the world is witchcraft. Waking up at the same time every single day, washing your face and having a ritual is witchcraft. What am I doing? I feel the pressure of all of these entities that I'm speaking about on my crown chakra. I don't need the cards. I didn't even pick up the cards at all today. I don't have to shuffle cards to tell you what I see in my dreams. I don't have to shuffle cards to tell you what's going on the news or right in front of your face. If you can't see what I just said and see the reality in it and your reality, then you're blind by choice. To not realize that they're telling us to go be inside of buildings when they send kids back to school and they tell us to go back to work and stop vacationing. But when we're vacationing and we're outside in the sun, everybody's so happy. But they make summer only 3 months long, and they make the torturous season of, I don't know, every other season, when they're in power and they feel strong and the sun's not burning their asses up, they make that last longer than the enjoyment of, I don't know, us being in the sun. Why don't we only go to school 6 months out of the year? Like, why isn't school only half of the year? And the other half we get to enjoy, because they want more of the energy. They want, because it keeps them in power. Them other tarot card readers don't talk like me, because they trying to just, they siphon your energy too. They have contracts with YouTube to bring y'all energy in and eat y'all up and feed the fucking bot. I don't give a fuck about none of these other entities. I don't care about YouTube, none of that stuff. I'm here to educate you regardless of what platform I'm on. These tarot readers, they like, yeah, it's a love reading. He's so sexy. Come on in. Yeah. It's moaning every 5 seconds. Or they siphoning your solar plexus. Or they third eyeing you as soon as you try to clear your third. As soon as I clean my top chakra, they like, they be like, you know. I'm like, no, I don't know. Why the fuck are you trying to beat me upside my head and take my energy back? Like, girl, I'm a high priestess. Oh, then this is what they do. These fake ass dark priestesses, they be dark. These fake ass high priestesses, they try to turn us into fakes. Baby, you ain't said nothing that I said. I haven't seen you come on this platform and educate shit. All I'm seeing is y'all moan and groan and open y'all coochies up and pop y'all pussies on everybody and siphon their energy and do nerve ending penetration and pinch people's nerves in the back of their neck. I watch what y'all do. Y'all siphon energy. And when y'all do that, YouTube will repay y'all by giving y'all followers and people who watch y'all shit and streams, because just like the people who are in the music industry, they will fake stream your shit just to give you streams. They will put a machine on and stream your shit over and over and over and over and over again. The problem is I know too much and they don't want people to know this, because if everyone in the US of A heard me say this today, the world would change drastically for the rest of eternity. So they don't want people like me to get 250 followers. But when I was talking about my boyfriend and he got another girl on the side, and yeah, they be bothering me, and we was this, and we be sleeping like this, and we be doing this, I was having 100 to 200 people in my live at the same time. Easy. They was bringing people. And that's what they're doing. That's why I only have 7, 10, 20 people maximum on my live currently, because I'm speaking real shit. And I've always spoken about real shit, because when I was talking about herpes advocacy, same thing there, 30 people, that's it. They would never let me get to 200 people on my live, 300 people on my live. Now the content would still go viral because it was for a lot of people to see. But on a live chat, like actively speaking to people live, no, they silence me. Like, that's why I feel this pressure on my head. They're pushing me down. They got somebody else. The dude who I was talking to, he's one of them YouTube bots. He's literally meant to push me down and keep me silent, to be over my head, to trap me, to block y'all from talking to me, so that y'all don't know the truth, so that this industry that they all operate in will not be defamed. It's people like me that's supposed to come through and tell y'all the truth. Everything that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. I'm not telling you nothing that somebody else told me. I'm telling you what I saw, what I've experienced, what I do, what I know. I'm not telling you nothing that I just read from a book. This stuff that I went through meditation. This is me. This is my life. I fasted for 7 days. I fasted on just water. I fasted on just fruit juice. I fasted and didn't eat nothing, and went through the changes in my body. I went through being spiritually attacked by boyfriends, family members. I've been through being raped. I've been through being abused. I've been through my family knowing that I was homeless, getting my ass beat in these streets, still not giving me a place to stay. Having to run to the government and let the government run through my fucking body, take me through there just to get a fucking apartment for $377 a month. I've been through this shit. So I know way more than any motherfucker on this planet, better than any of y'all. I've been through what Jesus literally went through. Being treated like shit when you actually are the answer to the fucking problem. I went through it in real life. Jesus fasted to harness his power. Exactly. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights. I've gone through this shit. I've done this. It's all on my page. I've done this. I went through the actual walk of what Jesus really did. I'm not speaking off no, oh yeah, I feel like I know everything and y'all are just dumb. Like, no, I literally fasted. I literally went through these changes in my body. I literally birthed a child. I did this shit in real life. I didn't have to go through, somebody else's, I'm going to be a Mason now, or I'm going to be Eastern Star, or I'm going to be a part of this collective, or I'm going to sell my soul to these people and be a part of their organization. I did none of that. Cardi B in my dream told some join me. It's so many NPCs out here who just gave their spirit to whoever, whatever job you work for. I work for government entities. I was a school bus driver, so I know what they do on the school bus. On a school bus, you put your kid on a school bus, your kid being spiritually raped by somebody for their energy. Simple as that. Whether you want to understand it or believe it or not, your kid is being spiritually raped while you send them on a school bus. And the school bus is a government job. We have to give the energy to the government. They siphon us when we get back to the bus depot. Did I raise somebody from the dead? You could ask my ex. That nigga was damn near dead. He was asleep when the planets all aligned back in, I believe it was August. There was a planetary alignment where all the planets were in a straight line. Me and him were sleeping together, right? And I was trying to figure out why every time I got around him, my head started hurting real bad and I started having really bad headaches. But apparently, I don't know what was going on, but he started like wheezing, like he couldn't breathe. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So he's like, come here, come here, come here, come here. Like coming and running to me. And he's like, he's trying to call his baby mother on the phone. It's not connecting. He's trying to call his daughter on the phone. It's not connecting. I connected him through the swirl. And then I told him he could come to me. He ended up sleeping with me. And he was able to, I guess, continue to exist. I don't know. So technically, yeah, I think I did raise somebody from the dead. He was damn near dead. He couldn't breathe. He was over there gasping for the fucking life. And right next to me, he's like, I ain't fucking with you. Like, I don't need you, bitch. Fuck you. He was on the couch the whole entire time talking all that shit, trying to call all his friends to try to make himself feel safe and secure. Did he stop breathing? Damn near. I don't know. I went to sleep. I was fine. I'm like, well, I'm going to sleep. I don't know what you got going on over there, but I'm gonna go to sleep. Cause yeah, went to sleep, woke up. Next thing you know, he like, bruh, come here. And what does he always do in the middle of the night when he feels like he's about to? He comes to me and tries to get back in my space. Just like this morning, he was calling me just now, and I still stayed on the live. When you realize you're somebody's lifeline because y'all are spiritually locked in, it is what it is. That's why I said eternal life. A man must be connected to a woman's womb. So if he don't get connected to me, he gonna try to run back to his baby mother. If he don't try to run back to his baby mother, he gonna try to run back to his mom. His mom be like, get the fuck out of here. I got a man. I ain't got shit for you. I've been got baptized when I was a newborn baby. I was baptized and I had 6 grandmas at my baptism. Thank you very much. 3 are passed and I still have 3 grandmas left. Yes, I was definitely baptized. But okay, I went to communion. I did the reconciliation. The only thing I didn't do was confirmation in 8th grade because I left the Catholic school system before 8th grade. I've done it all. I did the going into isolation periods. That 9 months just now that I came from being by myself in my car, sleeping in my car, being homeless, having nothing, having everything that I ever owned stripped from me. Just like monks do in Buddhism. It's the same fucking thing, y'all. Everybody's saying the same thing. It's not about just Jesus. It's about the whole entire principality of spiritual elevation. You have to lose everything to find yourself. And if you can't lose everything and become somebody and still be you, then you ain't shit. You still a product of the world that you live in. You're not who you think you are. You're not spiritually shit. And I hate to break it to you, because if you still have not lost everything that was of value to you, family, friends, possessions, everything, and still stay who you were, you're still not who you think you are. You have to go through that shit. It molds you into something. Did I resist the devil? I did. Well, actually, maybe I didn't, because this little boy, I don't know, he seemed like he the devil, honestly. I might not pass that test. I don't know. But then I look at the boy, I'm like, is he really the devil, or is he just another programmed situation like myself going through the exact same elevation? Because the devil is the deceit. The devil is the lie. No, you can't say exactly, because the devil is the system that's trying to brainwash me back into being a part of the system. So I could say the devil was the boy, but the boy is going through the same exact journey as me. So Jesus had disciples, didn't he? So actually, no, I did resist the devil, because the devil was coming back to the family that put me out there and was trying to tell the world I was psycho. And the whole entire, my girl was a devil. Well, my baby father might have been. My baby father tried to tell me I was a devil, and he went to prison. Like, as soon as I move out of my house, he get locked up and go to jail. He been in jail for the last 6 years. So maybe I did resist the devil. Who knows? Because that man was trying to cheat on me, and he started sleeping with somebody else, had a whole nother baby, a whole nother family, and was still trying to come to my apartment, talking about some, yeah, your empty ass apartment. I'm like, empty ass apartment? Boy, I got furniture. What are you talking about? Like, when I moved into my last place, I had the whole entire place furnished already. Like, what are you talking about? And that was all stuff that I bought with my money. This time around, my mother's buying me stuff, but that's only because she's trying to repay me back for the fact that she tried to really, like, tear me down to make. She's like, you just want to control me and tell me you don't want to apologize. Like, literally at her house, I was just arguing 2 weeks ago. You don't want to apologize. You don't take account. I'm like, what are you talking about? You still haven't apologized to me or taken accountability for the fact that you tried to kick me out your house and you had me homeless in the streets for 9 months. You knew this nigga was beating my ass and you didn't do shit about it. That was the devil. The boy beat my ass. He lived next to fucking Confederates. His neighbors got Confederate flags in their windows. He can't help the fact that his mind is halfway gone, and his mother used to whip him and tie him up with extension cords in the room and leave him by himself and send him to school with holes in his shoes. And she chose a nigga over him, just like my mom chose a man over me. I can't help that that's my twin. I don't know which one of them is the devil, and I don't know which one of them is an angel, honestly, right? It don't matter to me, because at the end of the day, I still stand tall on my business, my morals, and things that I can express to you, because I can give you nothing but the truth. So help me God. God can look at everything that I tell y'all and tell y'all that I'm telling y'all the fucking truth. Any individual on the planet, I can tell nothing but the truth. That's why when I speak the truth, all of that other stuff that we just talked about cleared. It just cleared. It came off my chest. It came off my vibration. I'm back to my, you hear the echo? The echo's back. Okay? So all of that stuff, that's his situation. He got to heal through. He got to heal through the fact that he might be selling his soul to the white man for fame. He got to go through that mentally and realize that. I already realized that. I do know what's right and wrong. What are you talking about? If a man's beating me, I leave him. Right. We're literally gods. We are God. Okay. The woman, especially the life bearers, the life bringers, the fact that I'm now spiritually responsible for this man's soul and his spiritual journey. Am I not God leading him back to the holy? Am I not trying to lead him to the holy lands? Isn't that what Jesus and God did, to find the sinners and lead them back to the light? What are you talking about? You simply keep on trying to tell me that I'm the devil. Who are you? Think about who you are in the story right now. Because you're not doing anything. Nothing about what you're saying or what you're trying to project onto me is speaking godly. Nothing about what you're trying to make me feel is godly. Bro, tell me how made the earth. All right, anyway. Back to the main point. They trying to gaslight you. It's so funny. Exactly. It's like, I'm not. Bye. Anyway. So, back to what I was saying. We're the universe. If you know about the nerves in the back of the womb, a woman's womb is all 9 planets lined up straight. A man's penis is all 9 planets straight. You put those two things together, you make a child. What is this? Oh, the embodiment of the universe that they created, that world, that eternal life that they live in. Because as long as your child believes that you're alive, regardless of what life period you're in, whichever cycle of life you're in, as long as your child believes you're alive, you're alive. That's the power of children. And the power of, that's why they want to do what? Siphon children's energy. Where? The Epstein Island. So again, anyone who's trying to tell me that I'm the devil or I'm wrong, but you're trying to tell me that you want to abide by the government who is being fueled by children's sexual energy on school buses and children getting raped on an island, and all the celebrities' names are on that list, including our president. Don't tell me that you believe in God. Okay? Don't tell me how you are a Jesus-loving Christian. If you know that our children get on that school bus and get spiritually raped every day by the bus drivers, by the principals, by the teachers, by each other, because people, you don't know what they're being taught in their households, different children. They're being forced to be in this building for 6 hours and get drained. And then on top of that, the music industry that we love so much is going to islands to go physically rape children, including our government, multiple presidents. Because it's like a ritual that needs to be done. It's like, even if they don't want to go, they still got to go. Some of them go for luxury, but most of them go because they got to go, or else they lose their contracts. So that's someone signing their soul over to the devil. But okay. Anyway, back to the main conversation. So when a woman's womb, her planet, her universe aligns with another man's universe, and it comes together and creates a child, that creates a brand new universe, which is what the Unk is, your child. And as long as your child believes you're alive, you're alive. As long as your child holds on to you, you're alive. That's why my grandmother, she's still holding on to her parents, and they're 93 years old, and they're living married happily in their house. They're still alive because they live within my grandmother's mind. That's how cosmic and powerful we really are. That's where eternal life comes in at. As long as you got people who regard you until the day that they die, you stand along until they say fuck you. It's as simple as what it is. The earth is just a piece of rock in the sky. We are all just literally sitting on top of a nuclear atom. Like, the little atoms that exist on our bodies have the same thing that we're going through on them. That's why when I'm speaking at this kind of frequency, it's echoing, because it's us listening to us. And that's how we build our universe, by choosing to do the right shit instead of, oh, I'm going to make you be the devil and I'm the angel and I'm the one that's right. No, I'm just giving you knowledge of what's going on. So what are we going to do? Because I'm tired of seeing children getting raped. I'm tired of experiencing winter and fall when we don't have to. If you want to go where it's cold, then go to a part of the earth where it's cold at. Go to Antarctica or some shit. Go to Alaska. They keep trying to tell people to get deported and tell people to leave their natural land. Like, nigga, no, you leave. You go where it's comfortable for you and your fair skin tone. Like, really, think about it. Like, what? We made up everything. When we started judging ourselves, it's like, oh, wait, I'm naked. It's not appropriate to be naked in front of other people. Let's put on clothes. Because the man began to sexualize the woman's body. Meanwhile, in Africa, everybody walking around with their titties out, like, in the sun, like, damn, it's hot outside. Boys walking around with their penises out until they circumcise them. It's just a kid walking around with his penis out. Like, it's a kid. He's naked. It's sun. It's too hot to put clothes on. We chilling. It's not that deep. Most women are married or with their father until they are married. The way that they live life is correct. They don't have their children casted out into the damn village homeless for 9 months getting beat on by no man. I'll be damned they do some shit like that in Africa. My baby father's parents, the whole entire time I was homeless, they said, you can come live with us anytime you want to. We don't play that homeless stuff. What do you mean? You can come live with us. You don't have to be out there in your car. I do. If I wasn't on Instagram right now, I'd be butt naked. If I wasn't on YouTube, I'd be naked. I'd be naked at my house, dancing in the mirror on my pole, minding my business. What are you talking about? Oh, pole dancing is for whores. But in India, they got men climbing up poles to see who can get to the top of the pole based on strength and body strength. The men is literally wearing little diaper-looking things climbing up a pole for strength. It shows their village how strong they are. But when a woman does it, oh, she's a whore. Now, of course, being an actual stripper is completely different than pole dancing. You can dance on a pole and not take your clothes off and do it for exercise and strength. But if y'all wasn't on my phone right now, I'd be in my house naked. What are you talking about? So I'm just here to remind you guys, maybe y'all forgot about y'all's natural divinity and the way that you were naturally ordained, but a job is illegal technically. Paying money to live somewhere is illegal technically. Everything that we do is illegal damn near, because we never had to do none of this stuff in order for Earth to exist. Somebody built this system because they needed to do something to feel like they didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? They took our knowledge from us and then used it to imprison us. And then they burned the book so we couldn't remember how to get back to it. What's free? Everything's free. You can grow your own food for free. You can live for free. There's squatters laws, actually. There's a man living in $1 million mansion in California right now for free because he understands squatters laws. When you understand the laws in the place that you live in, you can live as a free man or woman. Why are we paying for water and fruit? Just think about how crazy it is. Exactly. It's water everywhere. You can take water from any place and boil it and cleanse it, filter it. We made this shit hell. And it wasn't us. Okay, whoever built this system built hell. So when you want to talk about hell, go to their front doorsteps and knock on their doors and ask them to shut all this shit down. Because when COVID happened, we were getting to heaven on earth. And they realized it, and that's why they made the COVID vaccination mandatory for you to go back to work. Because they realized that, because even they said it, all the 10 families, if they should ever come together and join their consciousnesses, we surely will be outnumbered and they surely will win and put us out of service. So if we all come together, we literally stop every single plan that they had to stay in power and keep us down here fighting each other at the bottom of the pyramid. Meanwhile, they just sitting up there not doing anything. It's a bunch of businesses running and sending them money to do whatever they want to do. They said, well, let's money. I don't know. Money. Make them fight over it. Tell them that we ain't got a lot of it. Tell them that we got to burn each other over it. Meanwhile, you could literally just grow anything you need on your balcony, your porch right now, and then just take up squatter's law. I've been living here for this amount of time, and I haven't been paying rent, so I ain't got to. I'm a squatter. I'm not leaving. White capitalistic society, because they burn in the sun. They don't want to go back to Antarctica where it's cold at. They actually like the sun. They need to learn how to vacation where it's sunny at and go back to where it's cold at when they want to live their regular life. If you want to work a job and you want to be freezing to death all the time, cool. But to put me in a building where now I gotta freeze to death and you got the AC on 1000 and I'm freezing and I keep getting chills and goosebumps and shit and I'm feeling drained in my face, starting to feel like my face sagging, my headache starting to come, I'm getting a migraine every day. You got 20 men trying to plug their oh, yeah, you got me at the front desk. Everybody got to check in with me to come in the building. Oh, because your womb becomes the building, right? Okay, so everybody's checking in with the secretary's womb to be existing in the building. So now the secretary freezing because she holding 25 dicks for a conference. And the women come, hey, sweetie, how are you? Trying to like brighten the mood because that's what the women do for each other. Y'all got to really wake up and really smell the coffee. Right. Pyramids were definitely carved. I'm not going to say that. That's why the Grand Canyon, we can't go there because that's where all the original pyramids are at. The pyramid of Isis and Osiris, all those pyramids are in the Grand Canyon. So whatever this is right here on my these moles, even though they line up with the pyramids in Egypt, which aligns with Orion's belt somehow magically. Gotta really think about that. Why won't they let us go have access to these pyramids in the Grand Canyon? Why are we not allowed to go there? Why the oldest church that exists in Ethiopia, you got to climb like 25 mountains because it's carved into the side of a mountain. Also, when they wanted to heal people from cancer, they played a certain frequency in the mountains in China. They carved out certain mountains and they would have the sound ricochet off the walls to heal the person. They would play certain kinds of frequencies underground. You can go look at the y'all right now. If you got free time today, go to the museum, the National Museum of wait, which one is it? Go to the Freer Sackler Museum. I used to work in all of the museums. I worked in every single one of them. Every single one of them. All of the national museums down in DC. I worked in every single one of them. I'm not telling you nothing I didn't research myself, but then also cross-research with my own consciousness. They were in the bottom of these mountains chanting, Om, Om, Om. Because what is cancer? Think about this. If we think about ourselves, and let's think about ourselves right now as cells in a body. If we're all cells in a body. You said bye. See, as soon as I start oming, now you can't be here. Now the headache is gone. Look at that. Get that shit up out of here. I knew you was a problem to begin with. As soon as I start oming, now you saying bye. And my headache is gone. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, so let's think about ourselves as cells in a body, right? What is cancer? Cancer is when a dead cell continues to reproduce itself. Oh. Cancer is when a dead cell continues to reproduce itself. It becomes toxic to its environment. It starts replicating itself and it creates a tumor in the body, a blockage in the body. So if there's dead things out here trying to replicate themselves, or dead people trying to put their energy and information in live white blood cell people, where do you think the problem is at with the people who are dead on the inside? Who are the people who are dead on the inside? The ones that need to kill others in order to continue to live. Who are those people? The ones that are burning the fuck up when the natural occurrences of nature are happening. Oh, so what should they do? Try to reproduce with live beings? Sure, but then the cancer and the hate can still propagate within the mental consciousness and the subconsciousness of the whole entire bloodline. So what you must do if you do procreate with these people is rewash the brain of your now mixed child to not be succumbing to the property or the practice of hate due to white supremacy. You do realize 98% of the population of the planet is actually melanated, right? And only, oh, excuse me, 95. It's 95. So only 5% of the population, let's go with a rough 15. So let's say 85% of the population is melanated. There's maybe only 15% of the population that's actually Caucasian or without melanin. That would be the only reason they would need to promote a hate group, right? So let's think about this. That hate group then does what? Creates wars, starts blowing up other people's countries, bombing their drones, starving their own people to make us hate each other and angry and irate. So now we're in the practice of what? Ooh, understanding who's really the enemy. Oh, okay. So what should we really be following at this point now? Not the enemy. They are the minority, which is why they're trying to force people to have pregnancies. They're trying to force us to have babies so they can siphon what? The baby's energy. They're trying to force us into these situations so that what? They can continue to steal our energy. They forced me to live underneath some people who I don't even know exist because what they want these people to steal my energy. Because when I lived on the top floor of my apartment, wasn't nobody stomping on my head, stopping shit. They don't want you to be able to reach and touch the people that you need to reach and touch. They want you to get stolen, raped, and robbed for your wisdom. They don't want you in control of your authority, of your integrity, of your mental capacity. They don't want you in your third eye chakra. Do you understand what's going on here? Because if you don't understand, then you're going to get left behind because you don't believe in the future of where the world is really supposed to be going. People need to be educated on these facts so that we can move accordingly. Okay? The so-called elites hate people like me because I'm like, what makes you elite? Some money? Some jewelry? Some watches? Some chains? Some money? Your hair straighter? What makes you elite? Nothing. Nothing. Power in numbers, maybe? The ability to, backdoor me and come through the back of my brain and siphon some circle through my head and follow me all through the house and be over top of me? That makes you elite? We locked in, yeah, because I'm just looking at them like, okay, we know the truth. Like as soon as I stopped, I felt a little bit of a headache. I'm like, hold on. Had to push real quick. Now everybody upstairs all moving around. Oh shit, we lost her. Oh, we gotta get back control. Like, child. Realizing like it's him. Get his energy out of your brain. Stop trying to be on top of me. Why are you choosing his side? Are you slow? Do you want to be stuck in this dimension where everybody got to prostitute and fuck just and suck just to be? You want to be stuck in this shit? Where your kids got to get raped every day at school? You want your kids to not be homeschooled and be able to just stay at home and just chill? Like, you want to work hard every day? Why would you want that? People really be lost and delusional. Like, really don't be realizing, like, bro, that's not it. It's not it. That's not the end all be all. So I don't know. I gotta go, y'all. But I'm just like, I wanted to just point all that out to y'all. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm not slow. I'm not stupid. I'm not psycho. I'm not delusional. And I'm tired of people trying to promote that kind of image to y'all. So if y'all are here, please subscribe to the channel. I'm here every morning. And yeah, just understand that, like, people, y'all, no. Like, stop letting people. I can't keep letting people do shit like this to my people. Like, we didn't come here to be. You see my third eye? Like, look at my forehead. My third eye is right here on my forehead. My eyeball look up. Most people eyeball be right here on the front of their forehead. My shit look up. My eye is supposed to be here. It's at the top of the pier. It's there. I'm not supposed to be down here. I literally have a marking on my forehead to show you where my pupil on my eyeball is. It's not at the front of my forehead. It's at the top of my forehead. So I'm different. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Everybody was not spiritually built the same because we don't have the same job. It's not the same job. So when these boyfriends and scent partners learn to just stop trying to block us from being ourselves, and we could finally go be ourselves, child, the world will finally be a better place. I'm about to go get me some food. I ain't gonna hold you. One thing I can say is I put my fight up, and then them SNAP benefits came back on. I told everybody, they ain't gonna stop no SNAP benefits. You know why they can't stop SNAP? Because if they stop SNAP, there'd be no travel, no airfare, no airplanes, no trains going out, no Greyhound buses. There'd be nobody traveling to go see your ancestor for Thanksgiving. All that shit would have stopped. No housewarming gifts. The whole entire universe would have been shut down, and all the money that they usually make during this season would have been. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to really think like chess. This is chess. This is not checkers. What's up, K9? This is chess. So chess says, if I want the people to panic and spend more money during Thanksgiving, what I'm going to do is make them think that they're not going to have anything for Thanksgiving and scare them. And they're going to give all their energy to us and focus on the government and start looking at the news every 5 seconds and give us all their energy. Focus on us, focus on us, focus on us, focus on us. And then I'm going to surprisingly, right at 11:59, give them exactly what they want, because I still need them to spend money on the planes, the traveling, and then they're going to book their stuff late. So we're going to be able to increase the prices on the airfare, and increase the prices on the Greyhound buses, and increase the prices on the train travel, and increase the prices on everything because they're doing it last minute. It's chess, motherfucker. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all really be thinking they're gonna not feed everybody? Like, y'all really gotta start thinking like chess. It's all chess. It's all chess. It's a whole checkerboard. They're trying to force you to do something at every given second. When the boyfriend came over here and he attached his energy to the person upstairs and to the person next door, it's to force them to believe that, one, I was a bad person, so they got to be connected to me. So then they connecting to me, right? Not realizing, like, okay, well, he's connected to me. So either way, no matter which way it goes, he still is going to benefit from the energy. It's like government. No matter which way it goes, they still benefit. Whether we choose to be self-employed or employed by the government, right? Either way, we're going to make that money, right? So what does that mean? We still want to pay them taxes either way. Right, focusing on food and not the third eye atlas, which means you don't really need food anyways. And it's 40 million people that's white on it. And the funny thing was, they even had white people shitting their pants about the food stamps. I'm talking about white women was on there. I have 6 kids. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, oh, now y'all finally feeling what we've been feeling for the last 400 years. Goddamn, about damn time. So it might actually backfire on them for all we know, right? But oh my God, it was a white man. You're gonna tell me at my son's daycare they have a canned food drive because there's kids in his class that might not eat. There's a fucking food bank in my son's nursery daycare because kids won't eat. That's the first time I've ever seen a white man irate about simple shit that we've been doing for years. Like there's always been a food bank at every single school I ever gone to for every holiday. So it worked because they got them wrapped around their finger. You mean to tell me that there's kids not going to eat at my son's school? This shit is affecting our social class now. Yes, motherfucker, you've been on the chopping block the whole entire time. Literally, y'all are the ones that actually are studied on the most. They study shit on us first, and then they bring it to y'all's doorstep. See, they study shit on the projects and income-based families and households, and then they bring it to the white man's doorstep, the middle class doorstep. That's how they do it. It's all chess. And when you finally realize that, you'll realize like there's a reason why they don't want black people married. Because this is eternal life. When you have access to a womb that only belongs to you, you now have a tomb that keeps your soul preserved no matter what, until the day you decide to detach from it. That's why they don't want us married. That's why they want us cheating on our partners. That's why they want us fucking around and slutting in the streets. They want us outside drunk, pissy, letting every nigga take me through that, take me through that. Where we going, twin? Take me through that, take me through that. They want us outside throwing ass cheeks, popping pussy, popping bottles, fucked up, switching our souls all around the place so you don't know where the hell your energy is at. And definitely smart. You high key genius level, and I know you always felt like that. Yeah, because my teachers would even tell me like, "You're so serene when you take tests. It's like nothing bothers you. Just something about you." Like every teacher wanted access to my body. Like teachers would just always pull me to the side and just want to talk to me for hours after class, and I'd be like, "Bro, get the fuck away from me. Like I want to go be a kid. Leave me alone." And they do the same shit to my son. They do the same shit to my son. Like I've been smart my whole life. I was always an eight. Like I never studied for the SAT scores. So like I got 1,600 on my SATs first time around. I didn't study for shit. I was asleep half of the damn test. I didn't study for shit. I think the best score you could have got back then was a 2,200. So I wasn't too far off. You know what I'm saying? Like another 400, another 600 points. I'd have been full. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally, and that was no studying for the SATs. Okay. Like I've been a high key genius my entire life. Like I'm not trying to brag. Like I've been in AP classes. I did IT for a little bit. I'm literally smart as shit. It's just my mom knew that and she always hated that shit. And she would always tell me, "Who you think you know everything? Sit down, be a kid." Look, I was 10 years old. I told my mom, I said, "Look, I can see you struggling with these bills. You need to go send me to your dad's house so you can focus on these kids because we all sleeping on the floor and this is bad. And you could actually you don't have to send us to Catholic school no more. You should save your money and stop getting us uniforms. Like we don't need to do this no more. You should just send us to regular school. So I'm gonna go move with my granddad and you're gonna take us out of school and I'm gonna just go move with my granddad." Like I said that at 10. I've been a genius my entire life. But I also know the knowledge that they don't want to tell you, and that's what they're scared of. Same here. I had the highest score. I also know the knowledge they don't want to tell you. Oh, what? About what? The atomic, like how everybody's sitting here, we all watching each other right now. How you can see me through the screen, but I can still see you too. What's up? They were all literally looking right at each other the entire time, and there's really no barriers, there's no walls. It's like literally we all sitting in the same classroom together. So there's no reason to feel like we not connected because we all literally looking right at each other. We're all here. Yeah, I know that too. Like, "Oh yeah, we got pressure on you." Like, bro, we're all in the same room. Like, my neighbors are looking right at me. I'm looking right at them. Like, when I close my eyes and I see through my third eye, I literally can see the whole room still with my eyes closed. Like, what is it to hide from me at this point? If there's anything else to hide from me, please don't tell me because at that point I don't need to know. If there's anything past that level of consciousness, going to space, astral projecting, being half dead, being a ghost, and all that other stuff, don't tell me anything else because I probably don't need to know that. But yeah, this has been an interesting conversation. I'm glad that I got this feel. One collective, time don't even exist. This is just one big existence. Oh yeah, I've been knew that, dude. When I finally had my spiritual awakening, I'm like, bro, I don't age no more. It's funny because I made waist beads a long time ago, right? And there was this point where I was making waist beads, and I said, I'm gonna put a silver bead in between every black bead. So it's like black, black. It was like big. The three beads were black. Like no, okay. It was 13 small beads, like skinny beads. I do 13, and I do big beads, and I do black, silver, black. Then 13 skinny beads, then black, silver, black. And the skinny beads were also black. And I said, this waist bead represents how many years I am. And based on this, however big my waist gets, whatever size it goes to, I'm only that age. And if my waist never gets bigger than this, that's the age that I'm going to be for forever. It stopped at 28. That's when I had my spiritual awakening, like 28, 29, right? My waist never got bigger than that. So I already know that. Like, my son was like, you know, I'm older than you, right? I was like, what you mean? He's like, I know everything already. And I knew that he wasn't lying, because I realized our kids are just us. Like, when we die, it's like our consciousness goes into our baby's brains, and like they come back as a different version of us. So like everything that his dad knew, because his dad already had a spiritual awakening before I had him, because he had been shot when he was like 16. He already knew everything. So I was really catching up to my son's consciousness level. I was playing catch up. So I actually was like a newer soul on the block. I just had forgot who the fuck I was. That's why I had to go through this relationship with this asshole. Because like in a past life, he was like a slave and I was a slave. And like we got caught up by the Ku Klux Klan because of us being freaky and nasty. It was actually the issue that I have now. I was giving them a BJ in the woods and they caught us. And they said, oh, you want to be freaky, huh? Show us just how good you can get. And basically they made us all like have a whole entire fuck off. And then they like hung me and burnt me and then like chased him. And he was fast as fuck, so he got away. In one life. Then there was another time where they actually hung him instead. So it's like, if I get away, they hang him. If he get away, then they hang me. So that's why we always play this game of like, who's going to be the one to go down? Every single lifetime. Like, even when there was a lifetime where he was like a government official or something like that. They was like, as long as you fuck on the table and give us all access, we're good. He fucked me on the table. He tried to leave me in there. He tried to run off, right? I was behind him. I was trying to get my friend. He running off. My mother's big ass head comes and was like, oh, fuck no, you gonna leave my daughter. So he was like halfway out the woods and he looked back and her head pops up and she like takes the whole entire scene and is like, fuck that shit, and like destroys his whole entire plan. Like every single lifetime, he's been trying to make sure I die so he can get past me. At this lifetime, I'm actually aware of it now. So it's like our souls have been intertwined for like centuries. It's like once we finally get over the fact that we're trying to kill each other and we just learn to like actually live with each other, will be when this shit stops. But he just don't want to do that. He don't want to do right. He's young. He's like, I'm 25, you're 32. You're trying to take my life and make me. I'm like, no, dude, this is something that we've been doing for centuries. It is not my fault that you wanted to do this with me back when we were slaves. Okay, not my fault that you happen to be also connected to my ancient Egyptian situation. Like, his baby, the girl's name is Isis, and I also embody the Isis energy. So it's like, you know, people always tell me, you know, you give Isis energy, you give Osset, or Oshun energy, which is the sun energy, the female sun energy. And come to find out, the girl that he had a kid with, that's her too. It's like, so then you understand, Isis has 12 sisters, you know, 12 women, but the man got to be able to. Then the Osiris situation, Osiris and Isis were brother and sister. Me and my brother lived together. We was raising my son together. My son has the eye of Horus because my son has an all-seeing eye too. So you see, the story is all through my family. Like even my other brother, my other sister, they was like a pair. That's Nephis and Set. You understand? And then there's the other sister who was like an embodiment of my mom, like a clone. So like that's why her and my mom are so synced in. That would be Nut, which would be the sun or the sky, which is why my mom is heavily involved in space, right? So even the Egyptian story literally applies to my life, like in real time. Like, damn, Newt, sun, star, space, my mom, and then my sister has a daughter, and they want my soul to go into the daughter's body. She would be the new Isis. That would make so much sense as to why there's that connection between me and her. Why me and her telepathically always talking. So it's like it's so much more deeper than what we think. Well, for me, especially that particular story, knowing that how my household is really set up, and then like grandmother Nut is like the woman's body that goes over top of that, and like it's the body that kind of encapsulates everything. So it's like the cycle is just like when you finally really break every story down and you see yourself in it, then you'll realize like, oh shit, I really am who the fuck I think I am. So then it comes to the soulmate, it's like, well, my brother kind of don't want you to talk to me because he understands our story. But it's funny because his daughter, her name is Osiris. So it's like her mother's name is Isis. But I'm like, oh, that don't make sense because the Isis and Osiris had a son. Your daughter's name is Osira, and the baby it's like it's a little, it's like that's the fake version of the story over there. That's the counterfeit story over there. Because if we going to pin it to what it's supposed to be, if we're gonna go by ancient Egyptian story, folklore, My family story makes sense as it pertains to the story. What y'all bringing don't make sense. So I think that's why everybody's like so anti to the relationship. Like, it's forbidden. Don't do it. Don't do it. But it's like every single lifetime we somehow got wrapped in it. Oh yeah, you don't age because you didn't even look close to 30. I remember shit from when I was Pampers. I drowned as a baby. My shit started early. Oh yeah, me too. I remember I used to get beat at my school when I was 2. I used to hate going to my school. I used to cry every single day going there because they used to beat us with rulers. Used to pop us and beat us with rulers all the time. I think I drowned as a baby too. I used to always put my head underneath the water in the bathtub and just listen to the sounds of like the bathroom fan when I was under the water. So I might have did that shit too. Who knows? Might have suffocated at my mom's job a few times. I used to always fall asleep behind her desk, wrapped up in blankets. I would always put my face in the blankets and just make myself go to sleep to wake up after the day was over with. I also used to eat like Comet and Ajax as a kid, like the powder I used to put on my finger and lick it off my fingers all the time at my dad's house. Child, who knows how many times I done died as a kid. Like, bruh, this shit. That's why I'm like, the cycle of life is really like just a matter of like really understanding that we're eternal energy. Like, you don't die until you just don't have access to somebody's womb who's current. That's it. Like, that's really it. But you gotta figure out who's gonna lead the pack somewhere. It's like when you realize I'm supposed to lead y'all out of this shit to a new dimension so we can stop doing this shit where we're working and enslaving ourselves. Like, I'm really supposed to be her. I'm really her. I'm really her. I really am her. I really could lead y'all somewhere. Y'all really could come over here and go somewhere. Like, fuck the music industry, fuck all that shit. Like, fuck the money. Cause the people, like, I really love Erica Badu. I really love a Queen of Fu and all of them, but it's like they still want your money. They still want you paying for stuff. Like, the trap is the money. If we took the money out of the equation, all the stress would go away, and that's what causes the eternal life. Like, telling me to pay for your product and all of this stuff just because you got bills and all of this, like, bro, why are we not trying to break down the system that's causing us to be stressed out, that's causing us to be aged? The system is what's causing this. The system that says we have to even pay rent, we have to pay for food that we could grow ourselves. If you just give us a garden and tell us we could just go do this shit ourselves. Like, we don't need y'all to have no grocery store. We don't need that shit. We don't need no, just give us the car. And then for the people who know how to make the engines that run on water, everybody engine get replaced with an engine that make water, that run on water. So now all we got to do is get water and put it in the engine. Then it turns into clouds and there's no more pollution, and in the clouds rain down water. Like, what the fuck? We the problem because we keep on promoting the problem instead of the solution. That be my issue. It don't be nothing else but that. Like, we be the issue. And it's like, you see somebody that could lead us out of this and got the fucking mind power, brain power, and energy, and the sense to do it, and get the first thing you do is tear it down. Like, damn, y'all, what the fuck? Like, do y'all want to be free, or do y'all want to be slaves forever? Do y'all want y'all kids to be going through the shit that we going through, or we trying to change the world, bro? Like, we really gotta bind together. Like, I had 400 people, 400 families behind me, standing on business about what the fuck I was talking about. In my old neighborhood, standing on business about me. You understand? There was one lady in the group that she worked for the World Bank, and she was like always trying to tear me down. She tried to bring me to the government officials. Like, here she is. This is the one. This is the one that's starting all the problems. And that's when they started coming and trying to clean cut my ass and chop my ass up. That's when they started trying to bring them government officials through the building. And they always would stand outside of my house for like three to five, 50 minutes. They'd be outside of my house, just right there, just sitting right there. My son would fall asleep. It'd be hard to wake him up. I'd be feeling the pain in my chest. Same shit. After she exposed me. But she's supposed to be the person who's going to help the apartment get all of the issues cleaned up. She was a part of the apartment community. She was the head. She's like, well, I was the one who started this organization, so I should be the. I'm looking at her like, bitch, you ain't did shit because ain't shit changed until I got here. So you, whatever you was doing ain't shit. Because you really didn't give a fuck, because you care more about your World Bank job and your money. First of all, why the fuck do you work for the World Bank and live in this apartment complex? That shit don't add up, but it do. She's a handler. There's always a person that works for a higher up agency that works in every single neighborhood. She's a handler. She's giving y'all's energy to the World Bank. That's why she didn't like me standing on business, because she's like, no, I'm on top of you, actually. And I'll be giving you and your son's energy first up and foremost. Since y'all think y'all are so the most powerful, y'all be taking the most physical hit. So y'all can feel the pain since y'all want to be so big. And they kept on trying to tell me, bring your kid to all of our events when we meet at the community meeting every weekend. I'm not bringing my kid to be around y'all. So honestly, we be the problem because we just don't really want the solutions. And the government, that's why the government is shut down now, because really, this is a chance for us to finally step into power and take our authority and do what we need to do. But we got to figure out a system and people to follow so that we can build it, so that we can get the government to follow us. Because actually, constitutionally, the government can be overthrown by the people when it no longer serves the people, which is why everyone's taking their power back right now and asking the government to succumb to our will, which is why there's a freeze right now. We just got to find the people who are going to be willing to put together the system and the ways to allocate the funds so that we can move forward. And really, to allocate the funds, it really ain't. Exactly. I'm from the trenches, and as a kid, it was always this one white lady living out there preaching about Jesus. She's still out there right now, same car and everything. She's not human, right? She's trapped it. She's one of them. She's one of them. Okay, you know what they are. The ones that got the black eyes. Okay, when you look at them with your third eye, you see their eyes are all black. She's one of them. Vampire. Wolverine vampire. It's like a wolf. It's a Wolverine vampire kind of mix. No. She's a vampire. I try to say Wolverine. She's not giving wolf. She's giving vampire. Complete vamp. Yeah, I'll just channel her energy, and it's definitely giving vamp. Ew. That just made my face look fucking nasty. Ew. Ugh. The fact that I can channel energy so quickly really bothers me sometimes. But anyway, her throat chakra. Hold on. Yeah, she's one of them. She's definitely one of them. She's in a chain, and every time you give your energy to her, it goes straight to whoever her top dog is. So yeah, don't bring that over here. Her name is Crystal Clear. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. All right. So yeah, they need to figure out how to allocate the funds, and the funds just pretty much need to go towards people's cars first off, being turned into vehicles that run on water. Let's go with that first. Cool. So vehicles running on water. All right, everybody gets a new engine. You get a new engine. Everybody gets a new engine. Oh, Jiffy Lube and everything's gonna be out of business. They'll still be around for car maintenance. They just don't have to focus on the engine so much anymore. The people who know how to make the engines that run on water, they now create new businesses that give new people new jobs. But people are doing this because they're genuinely interested in the technology, not because they want the money. That way you can eventually remove the money from the algorithm. Get people who are genuinely interested in the technology that requires... Hold on. Get people who are interested in the actual energy that requires them to learn more about this, to be trained. So whatever new jobs come about, if you're genuinely interested in the technology behind it, become a part of that organization, and that you're going to work this job and not get paid, because the goal is to get the country out of actually forcing us to pay for anything. Food becomes free. We no longer have people manufacturing food and growing food in labs. We now are growing our own foods. And if you want chicken, then you better go get you a chicken coop and raise some chickens. But chicken is really bad for everybody in the herpes positive community. So that's 80% of the world's population. So 80% of the world's population shouldn't even be eating chicken at all. So 80% of the population should not even be eating chicken. So no more chicken. Okay. Like, it's so many things that could just simply be clear that we could use. Like, we could literally be going in this direction right now as a whole entire nation. And we could literally become United States, home of the free and the brave. Because we could literally have a whole free country. And people could be brave enough to actually stand on that kind of business. But niggas be scared. to step out of the box. They want to, oh, my apartment is my box, and anything that comes in my box, I'm going to tear it into, like, nah, bro. We not even, like, I'm literally, the floor above me is crystal clear. It's glass. Like, bro, I could see your feet. Shit, there's no privacy. Your floor is glass. My ceiling is glass. The floor beneath me is glass. It's crazy, right? I got the whole plan mapped out, and people still say I'm crazy. But this shit would literally free everybody from the bullshit that we going through right now. There would be no reason to even have problems. What would be the problem? If we ain't got no money to worry about, everybody engines running on water, you can get water from anywhere, bills is free, utilities is free, motherfucking, what else? Yeah, what's the problem? Kids ain't got to go to school. The oil industry ain't even big, bro. We've been making oil for oil's fake. Oil's not even made off of fucking dinosaur bones and dirt anymore. Like, we literally know how to make gas from scratch in a lab. Like, or sorry, I forgot. Every time you go past government official land, when you go behind those lands, like over here on Powder Mill Road in the DC, Maryland area, there's a bunch of fields with corn in them. What did they tell us about corn for shale gas a long time ago? That they were making gasoline with corn, right? Petroleum made with corn. That shit is a whole fucking illusion just for them to get entry into the people's energy. It's not about the oil. It's about the people. It's about the people's energy. It's about the children's energy. It's about the fear of them being afraid of the US and giving their energy and their power and authority to the US. It's not about the oil anymore. It's not about the resources no more. It's about the energy of fear and how when you are afraid of someone, they can control you. But if you're not afraid of them and you're living your own life in your own bubble, that shit doesn't bother you anymore. No, we don't go to war over the oil. We say it's about the oil, but it's not about the oil. It's about the people being afraid of us. And it's us killing enough women and children to break enough men's hearts to make the men submit. And remember, the women and the children have the eternal energy and the brains that get them to their other dimension. Because the children have the ability to imagine. And again, you're only alive as long as you exist within your child's consciousness. So if your child is now dead, where do you exist? You have to now go find safe haven in their societies, in their communities, whoever is trying to entrap you. The oil is just a scapegoat, exactly. The food, the money is the main scapegoat right now. If you take away and burn up all the money and everything's free, what's the problem? What are we warring about? If your bills upstairs is free, my bills down here is free. Them people downstairs, their bills free. We can get food for free. There's no more SNAP war. There's no more Thanksgiving war. There's no more my car is bigger and better than yours. There's no more my car is faster than yours. All of that shit, all those principalities now become a thing of the past. It's no more my nails look better than yours. My toes done, your toes ain't done. My hairstylist always get me right. I pay for get my hair done every 2 weeks. I don't play that broke bitch shit. Music industry, broke bitch business. I will not pay your bills. Broke man, all that shit dies. The money is the scapegoat. Money is the root of what? All evil. I'm glad that we sat down for that class too, y'all. So women are God. The womb is a tomb. Religion is the first, one of the main reasons that we war. But we're all saying the same thing. It's just a different language for us to communicate with spirit. But it's just like you speak English, they speak Spanish, they speak French. That's what religion is. It's just a language to communicate with your spirit. Whatever your language choice is, it's up to you. But just realize you're saying the same thing as somebody else. And stop disrespecting other people's language. Okay? So then next up, what do we have? What else do we learn? The music industry is the next form of mind control. And money's the root of all evils. Pretty much everything to summarize everything. Oh, and medical doctors aren't really doctors. They're just really high level witches and warlocks that learn how to swirl energy out of some people and give it to other people. So when you go to the hospital, they take the energy of the healthy kids and give it to the sick old people that are dying. But then they'll go to your family and see if your family wants to revive you or not. And if your family doesn't want to revive you, they'll leave you in there for hours and hours and let everyone siphon your energy. Okay, so that's another one. All right, and what else? Yeah, nurses are fucking the devil. Because nurses are the main ones who've learned how to use their womb. That's why the nurse or the medical symbol is the two snakes. It's the Kundalini sign. It's the two snakes with the two foot with the two wings. They've mastered Kundalini practice, but they've given their womb to the practice of the doctors. So they've given their womb over to doctors in order to use all of their vagina power to swirl around the energy as they see fit. Modern day witches, right? Some of them are healers, some of them are positive and good, but a lot of them, they use that energy to swirl it out of the healthy people and give it to the sick, which is technically is a good thing, but why is that person sick? What are they attached to that they need to not bring into this next reality? Even the nurses need to really reanalyze what they're doing. Why is this whole person's family trying to tell you to siphon this person's energy? Money. Okay, so again, money's the root of all evil. So yeah, I'm glad that we went through this lesson. I think I'm done talking because we've been on here for 203 minutes. But yeah, I don't need no cards to break this shit down. I don't need none of that shit to remind you and realign your mind to we need to get home. Women have heaven in their coochie. Your coochie is heaven, baby. Don't let everybody in heaven. People need to do the work before they can enter into heaven. You don't just give just because you being nice. You see a person and say hi to you. You let them touch your clitoris. Spiritually, you treat your pussy lips like a Ziploc bag and you zip that bitch up. You treat your pussy lips like a zipper and you zip that bitch up. And then you find out, oh, it's leaking from back there too. You close that hoe up. You take that like a coin purse. You don't have your coin purse just open, letting all your change just roll out of it now, do you? You take the front coin purse and you close the coin purse up in the front. That your womb is like a purse, and you got energies and people that's living in there that rely on you to keep that shit sacred. You keeping a bunch of people in a village safe in your pussy, in your womb. Your womb is their tomb. You are the protector of certain souls. That's why they don't want you to be able to cosmically swirl around your womb and protect your womb from other people, because they don't want you to protect certain souls from the anarchy and the craziness of their bullshit. That's why they don't want you to know how to swirl that thing around. That's why they say, she don't know what she doing. That bitch just giving it out. Girdle the thing in a circle, even if it's little, make it jump like a hurdle. They talking about your womb. Throw it in a circle. Get some helicopter propellers on that bitch. Something. And remember, your womb is also on top of your head. When you look at the Sacred Woman book, your womb is actually also on top of your head. Imagine your fallopian tubes are wrapping around, touching the sun. Look, my left arm for some odd reason is getting pulled around in the damn. Who pulling that like that? Hold on, let me see. Your womb is literally sitting on top of your head. It's like your crown. Like however you dress your crown up is how you dress up your womb. That's my womb. That's my vajayjay. I want my vajayjay on top of my head, and I want to connect it to the sun. I don't want you to be able to do that to that. Why is my shoulder hurting? What you doing to my fallopian tube? You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand your cosmic and spiritual body and really reanalyze the way that you treat people, because you could be doing damage to somebody else's whole entire womb that is supposed to be saving you from what you don't even understand yet. So I'm glad that we all got to sit here and have this talk. I'm glad we all got to sit in circle and, convene and get to know each other a little bit more. I hope that you all subscribe to the channel. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and make my son's bed because his bed frame is actually coming today. And I gotta go put his drawers together that's locked underneath his bed. And hopefully, nobody around here is gonna try to siphon too much of his energy and treat him like an energetic doormat. But you know how the world is. They will siphon and steal. Hopefully they'll start to heal very soon. My ex is definitely in here. I see his wolf print on my forehead, the little V right here. Then I see my son's little, yeah. Yeah, see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be good. Now, you got access to a good lady, give her a flower or something today. Call her and say thank you. Whoever locking you in, whichever house you live in, go say hi to that lady and say thank you. I promise it'll make your day sweeter. Because if she's in a good mood, that's why they say happy wife, happy life, because you live in your wife. So if you make your wife happy, you make the universe around you happier too. That's the secret. So if you want to have a peaceful space, you can't get access to a woman's woman and treat them like shit and trap them, because then you're going to feel trapped. Dumbass. Anyway, remember, on this platform here, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember, always have peace, love, hair grease, and everything in between, because these are your tools in your body to help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. These are your tools. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. I love you. Peace.